So, last time in Renascence, it's been a little while. You guys were in Chaser looking into the number of things. First and foremost being the whereabouts of Gerald's Watcher armor. And you eventually found out that there were cultists of the Leviathan serving La Shirag in Chaser as well. But you decided to follow up on this armor situation first. Tracked down a contact of Corporal Leafbellies named Henry Kitcher. Found out that it was, in fact, your old friend Sandy in disguise. And together you guys infiltrated Corbel's Cove, a cliffside tavern hideaway that he and his organization had set up. You guys set up a pretty nasty ambush in the entryway, jumped a crew of about 10 people, subdued one of Corbel's officers, closed off all the passageways into the upper chambers, and then flooded the lower chambers to prevent anyone from reaching you.
This is the best thing we've ever done as a team.
It was a bloodbath. From there, Noel, Aloran, and Sandy were able to dimension door together back up to the vault door, which you found was not guarded at the moment. Everyone was sort of gathered around the emotion at the far end of the cavern, and with Sandy's help, and the key that you picked up off of the officer, Druk, you guys were able to open the vault door and step inside to take a peek at all of Corbel's ill-gotten goods. And a lot of gold, a lot of magic items lying around, as well as you found some enchanted, mechanized suits of armor, including a very large one, which Corbel was himself in the process of repairing as you guys entered. And Noel proceeded to mind control him out of his mech suit into custody, and then teleported back to the party with the headmaster of this ringleader of this whole organization as their new captive. From there, the bulk of the party fell back outside of the cavern, while Sandy took the mech suit and proceeded to wreak havoc across the remaining members of Corbel's gang. And Lauren took her time perusing the various goods and sundry items lying around Corbel's hoard. You guys got a pretty good payday out of it. And when you reconvened, you guys interrogated Corbel, got a little bit of information out of him before taking him back downstairs to hand over to Sandy, who had basically killed everyone else in the cavern and was in the process of sort of taking stock of the hoard. And he handed over Corbel. You handed over the ledger Corbel maintained at her request, and she took him and began to interrogate him to see what had become of all of the Calabaya's goods and gold. So leaving her to that business, you guys returned to town and basically called it a day. You guys accomplished a lot that morning, kicked a lot of ass, and the only real fallout was just a quick sending from Sandy at the end of the day that she wanted to talk to you guys about your finds, quote unquote, before you left town. So we are going to be picking up. It is morning of the 43rd of Cairn. This is the day after you guys raided Corbel's Cove, made off with your magical loot and gold. You are waking up at your rooms in the Crimson Claw Inn, which you opted to keep. And the day is yours. Are there any questions before we get into it?
Nothing here.
All right. So, it's morning. You guys wake up. You can convene in the common room, restaurant, tavern area. Get yourself some food and drink, and touch base with the party. Make a plan.
Okay. So cult day then to go investigate the stuff we learned about the
I
cult.
do love a good cult day. Do we have any fun plans for next year?
I hope
They're
not.
gone and we never ever have to see them again.
Chandler, your mic.
Oh, your mic's up.
Hopefully they're gone and we'll never ever have to see them again.
That'd be nice.
The cultists?
Yes.
Oh, by next year. I see what you're saying. Yes, that would be lovely. Well,
So we have plans. Absolutely no plans.
well, we should have plans. We should make plans. We learned that the cult is, it's in this
Like the abandoned theater.
which we got the name of. I
In
believe.
a closed off section of the sewers underneath that theater. Yeah,
Mhm.
the Oberon Theater.
The Oberon. I did actually write that. However, we can't get in, obviously, because we're not cultists. And apparently they have some kind of defense against basically any kind of disguising, including myself. So we'd need a different approach.
There's always the door.
What was that?
There's always the frontal approach where we just kick in the door.
That's true.
Just trying going in, not the front door. Ooh, let's dig a tunnel.
Honestly, that's a great idea if we had a way to do it.
Well, I did see a place that had plastic spoons.
All right, well.
That's gonna take too long.
I mean, yes, there is always just, break in and start fucking people up. But, like, do we want to try to capture this leader, Phoenix, or whatever he was called, and
I
interrogate?
feel like that could be pretty useful information.
It would be, but if they have a teleportation circle, then the moment we try, he's gonna. If we make any ground, he's gonna run. It'd be
We
nice
could do
if we
something
could
really dumb.
go
We
on.
could
Join the cult?
You what?
That would be really dumb.
do something really dumb where one of us gets like purposely kidnapped and sneaks other people in with them
How?
through their bag of holding, maybe.
Well, it's 10
Figure out
minutes.
maybe.
I think that
As I said, it's dumb.
it
I
would
agree,
take
that is.
less than 10 minutes to get. Why don't you just tell them yourself? I'm fairly certain that it will take more than 10 minutes. And that's if only one person is going in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, it gets worse the more people you add.
Well, maybe we could figure out a way to get some air supply in there, you know what I'm saying?
If it's, I mean,
Does
technically,
anyone have greater invisibility?
I don't. I was gonna say I could technically teleport people in if I knew where the hell I was going. I don't actually have to see where I'm going, but it'd be nice to have an idea. Or I could teleport one person in with me.
It's a
Well, that's
teleportation
assuming they
circle, or
don't
he's
have
just
any
teleporting people?
teleportation things.
DM, did we hear about a teleportation circle, or was he just doing a teleport manually on people?
I don't remember the exact wording that was used to be honest with you.
I will say,
Instead of
technically,
teleporting people out, we could teleport people in.
the circle makes more sense based on what they were doing, because I think you could like shove someone into a teleportation circle and teleport them whether they want to or not. Whereas I think most teleports require a willing participant.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. I want to make sure before we... Because doesn't a teleportation circle take like a whole year to make?
Yes.
A permanent
Okay.
one, yeah.
Okay.
Also, question, now that we're talking about teleportation circles, you reminded me. DM, if you use a teleportation circle and you have the spell teleportation circle, do you use a spell slot? Like if you walk onto a teleportation circle, do you have to cast the spell teleportation circle to use it?
Well, it depends on the circle's purpose. If it's a destination circle only, walking onto it's not going to do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's intended to be linked to a specific other circle, then stepping onto it would be sufficient to teleport without a slot.
Is there two types of circles?
I don't know that there is explicitly.
I googled this a little bit and I saw mixed results of people saying sometimes people said it would require you to cast a spell, but it doesn't require the components. Other people said that you still or you don't need to cast it.
So you can create a permanent teleportation circle by casting the spell in the same location every day for a year. You need not use the circle to teleport when you cast the spell in this way. Which I think is just referring to actually teleporting when you cast the spell to make a permanent one.
Right.
I would say it depends on what you wanted to do with the circle. Personally, this would be my interpretation of it, because I don't think you have to intentionally link one circle to another. You could just make a destination circle that someone could target with their own castings of teleportation circle, right? But it doesn't necessarily link up to another circle anywhere else.
Okay.
But you could also make one that is networked to another one, which you guys have used in the East Alliance bases.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was more. I guess I was kind of asking just in like, could that be like counterspelled? And it seems like if you have to cast it, then yes, and if not, then probably not.
I would say if it's just standing there, you would not be able to counterspell it, but you could right. Counterspell lets you interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. And I mean, it doesn't make any distinction about duration. Its teleportation circle requires a minute to cast. So theoretically, you could counterspell at any point during the casting and disrupt it.
Right. Okay. Well, if he has to cast it, then theoretically I could stop him. I guess this doesn't really solve the problem of getting in, but that's just where my brain went.
Hey, don't eat that. Hey, no. Johnny, your cat's eating grass.
Baby, stop it. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Come
Touch grass?
here. Come here.
This is me touching the grass with my teeth.
Right.
Isn't eating grass good for cats? Doesn't it help them with like digestion?
It's not grass. It's
Plants.
flowers.
Flowers. That was the word I was trying to get out.
Yes.
The green shit on the table. The cat is eating it. Rotten.
Do not eat grass, Phoebe.
I have secured the kitty.
Well, is this a scout the place first type situation then, perhaps?
Probably.
Like a good idea.
Do we want to just go check out the Oberon then, or do we want to try and get into the sewers?
I'd be interested to check the Oberon. It sounded like there was a way down through that.
That is what I remember.
I'd really love to not have to dredge through the sewers. So let's start there.
Think of how romantic it is.
It's
There's
not.
nothing
No.
romantic about traveling
No.
through sewers, but every book nut is not. Wait, you read? Touche. But you're no fun.
As long as I stay out of the eye line of anyone who's checking people at doors, I should be able to be disguised in my own way and not draw attention. I know Lauren can get close to basically anything, however she needs to. The only other question is, how
is there a
close do we want
reconnaissance
the rest of the party to be? I mean, probably nearby,
It seemed a
right?
little odd that they would have such tough security measures in covering the whole place. I mean, that seems like a thing to do at the entrance and the exit, and well, with Lauren, she can kind of ignore those.
True. I
That
said
being said, I haven't worn this set of robes in a while, and he pulls out like the cloak of Elvenkind, like just straight up. I could be that weird hippie guy again.
true. He could be proselytizing in the wrong part of town. New priest doesn't know where to
Ooh.
set up.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe I could take a book out of Cures. Cult, not cult. Group. You know what I mean.
Do you think
The
they
cult.
know what you look like, though, Burberry? That is my only fear.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the description that it was given was with this attire, and he'll gesture to what he's wearing. I could.
It's for me. It's more the mask that I'm concerned about.
I would hazard a guess that Lashrog has given descriptions out at this point.
Yes.
I could find a different mask.
Okay.
Although it might just be with a mask in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
Priest in heavy robes, a big hat, and a mask sounds like a good way to identify Burberry.
Yeah. That
Um,
is my fear.
Here's a fun question. You know that you said when we walked into this tavern originally that there was like stuff on the walls, like heads of animals and just stuff like that.
Primarily like replica dragon heads mounted on the walls, all of them looking nothing like an actual dragon's head.
Okay.
They're all very Hollywood in their interpretation.
Sure.
Oh,
Is there
I
any
wonder if I
like
could find a dragonborn mask, like a full head one.
maybe that sounds very specific. I was just gonna ask if there's any like touristy maps, on the wall or something like that of the town.
Interesting. Give me a perception check.
Oh boy, did I roll that the wrong direction.
You can always go see your favorite bat maker.
Yeah, I'm sure he's around here somewhere. 14.
14. Okay. I'll say that there's like one of those like tilted pamphlet shelves like bolted to the wall near the door.
It seemed like the place
but-
that might have one.
There's maybe like 7 pamphlets in total on that shelf, which is they're just horribly upkept. And picking them up, they seem to be handouts from local businesses, advertising here.
Gotcha.
So I mean, there's maps on a couple of them, that kind of direct you from the Crimson Claw to their shop
Yeah.
or to their textile firm or just some guides, but not like a full city map.
Okay. Well.
I have a weird idea, and I don't know if this would be like funny or just sad. But can I use my glamour studded leather armor to look like I have like full plate mail, including helmet?
You can.
Glamour studded leather armor? I don't see why you couldn't.
As far as I know, you can turn it into any outfit, basically.
Because that would still be my full covered requirements, but also
assumes
not
the appearance
look
of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor. Yeah.
So could I just look like a really dumbass knight?
Yeah.
Just a plate armored dude. Sure, yeah. So suddenly there are two men in full plate mail sitting at the table.
Isn't the other description plate mail? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a
Oh, right, because of Barnaby.
Because of Barnaby.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but I'm like, as soon as he said there's two, I'm like, oh. I don't know if that works. We have Barnaby.
I mean, I wasn't going to point it out, but since you caught it.
Yeah,
There's
see, he
that.
wasn't going to point it out. Burberry would have get caught.
It's the hobgoblin, get him!
Like, Lauren has a thought, but she hates it, so she's not going to say it out loud.
Is it the fact that they don't know what Adlar looks like?
Yup.
Yeah, I figured. Well, we have to. Okay, first things first, we have to actually figure out where the hell this place is. Chasers, I mean, it's not as big as Freeport, but it is a city, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not as big as Freeport. And I do think that you did get a general direction. The Oberon is on the southeast side of the city. Kind of the opposite, not the opposite quarter, but the Temple of Kura is in the southwest of the city. To the southeast is where the Oberon Theater is. Past that, you have kind of the estates up in the hills that are being built by the the new money that's coming to town, and then further southeast past them, you have the fort, the military fort in town. And then even further beyond that, a few miles out of town, you had Corbel's Cove.
Okay, because this is just, my brain is itching at the moment, so I apologize.
Oh, you're fine.
So there was the theater, right? So does that mean that there's also a place that makes props for the theater?
I don't think it's an active theater.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
an abandoned theater.
but I mean that does mean that there's probably more than one theater. So is there a place that would sell props to the theaters or the theater district or costumes or?
Oh, you're still looking for a costume.
I'm still looking for a costume because my brain is just sorry.
You could use your disguise armor to have any costume you need.
Well, no, I know, but like I'm actually looking for a mask like that is like a full head specifically, because my brain went, well, I can't fix the fact that I wear a mask, but I can change the nature of the mask.
That's true. Well, we could go look around.
Maybe I can disguise myself as a tabaxi.
Yeah, there you go.
Because then I could be a priest without a hat and mask. Except it is a mask, but we're not going to talk
There we go.
Right. None of us are
Hey,
tabaxis. Yeah, let's go take a look around, I guess, and so we have a general sense of where it is, the direction to go at least.
Yeah, he told you it was like the southeast side of town.
Okay. I think I'm going to... I'll go as like I guess we'll step out. I'll step out. I'll go into like an alley or something. I'm gonna be like, I'll probably look like one of the cult members that we killed, but not that one specifically. I'll look like related, like a brother or something. Kind of has that same facial features.
Sure. There's a human guy with dark hair and a green dragonborn.
Sure, I'll just do the human guy with dark hair. I'll just be a similar looking kind of sibling of his.
Okay.
And then I'll have my clothes match whatever they were wearing.
Okay. Just kind
So
of
that's how
street
I'll-
clothes with a few extra belts and pouches and stuff.
That's how I will begin searching, and however the rest of the party wants to do theirs, or where they want to head or hang back or whatever, it's up to them.
Were there any like common animals around?
In Chaser?
Yeah.
There's seagulls. Seagulls are abundant.
They're all familiar.
There's probably a decent amount of birds in general around a port city. And not just, the native birds, but also, the familiars of mages living there that are kind of out keeping an eye.
Cool.
Sure, you've seen some rats.
I'll probably just do a
Definitely plenty of
seagull.
bugs.
Well, no, I don't know.
It could be my
wanna
scrappy
do
dog
something.
Dogs, cats.
or cat.
Horses, livestock,
Just
I'll be a
anything.
rat.
a rat.
That's a good one.
Because if it's an abandoned theater, I'm sure there's gonna be rats around.
Okay.
But I'll be a cute rat.
So, as a rat, are you going to be following Noelle, walking with Noelle? Are you going out on your own?
I'll probably go out
Is she carrying you?
on my own.
I feel like we should stick together if we're doing this. You can separate at any time, but we should probably keep an eye on things together.
But who travels with a fucking rat? Rats are
You
gross.
could just be hanging near, but you don't have to be like at my feet. I'm just saying, like, stick by buildings that I'm near. It seems very risky to go investigate the cult hideout and not know where the other person is.
Can I borrow a bag of holding?
My bag of holding? Wait,
If-
I don't
if-
have one.
I think I'm the only one with a bag of holding.
I've got one, but it's full.
If you wouldn't mind lending it to me, Lauren, since you're going to be
The
a rat.
fucking bomb.
yeah, we should use that.
Perchance. I just have a bunch of stuff in there, and if something bad happens, I might want that stuff. It's
The only
my
way you're getting my bomb is
only
if you refund me.
concern with loaning it to you. Because that has, like, my sending. Well, I guess.
What did you
I mean-
need it for?
Project down the road.
Well, it's a terrible idea, and I know it sounds weird, but I was thinking I could pretend to be a child.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't there be
And that-
two children?
No, just one. I was gonna let Burr hang his. Oh, let's be real. I'm the one who's more childish with two of us. You're hanging your head out of the bag.
Oh.
We do have enough. Well, we have this. And he pulls out like a full-on other, like, because I have all sorts of random shit in my bag. I pull out a whole nother set of robes. Be like, I could fit this down to be kid size, and my face is about the right size to be a young
That
dragonborn.
actually would be a really good disguise for you. And if you don't want to, you don't have to, but
It
Yeah,
sounds like fun.
then they would not be looking at kids.
Also, children generally don't have a very good technical know-how.
Sure.
We do make great sacrifices, though.
Children also wander around cities.
Okay. I will give you the bag of holding.
Do you
but-
have a savings account?
I am just gonna bring out my own backpack.
Well,
and
no,
put
I'm saying if you'd like, I can lend you my bag of savings. Which, if you have an
a
account,
wide mouth.
if you have an account, then you can just use it to get to your stuff. It's a different.
Well, I have the bag of savings too.
Yeah. So if you have anything that's like not, living, breathing, yada yada, and it fits in the bag, because I do have wait, did the wide mouth bag of savings get finished? Do I have that?
Yeah,
now?
we specifically waited for it. We had to delay one day for it. But
Yeah. So if you need to borrow my wide mouth bag of savings,
yeah, you can actually put stuff in Burberry's.
bag.
Just not people.
Yeah, just not people. That's
I
the reason I
think-
needed a bag of holding and not my bag of savings, because it don't work for that.
I think I don't think I need the bag of savings because, like, I just want to make sure I just have like a few stuff like sending stones and stuff.
Lauren's
people.
essentials.
Yeah, and I have a backpack with
My
30.
magic items, my booze, and my money.
Yeah, she'll have her sending stone, like all of her magic items.
Yeah.
But a lot of them that
Okay.
she's wearing. And then she'll have rope for sure. She'll definitely bring a bottle of booze because if something bad happens, she's gonna want to get drunk, and some blunts.
The essentials, like we said.
Yep. And then I'll hand it over to you. It's all yours. So there's probably like 100 pounds worth of stuff in there still, though. Roughly. But I think that'll be fine.
Okay. And then I guess for John and Barnaby, maybe just have them...
I'm not exactly discreet.
Correct. Maybe have you guys just kind of be following a minute or a couple minutes behind the rest of us and just kind of go down separate streets.
Wait, I got it. I'll get a robe and put it over myself. They'll never know.
Clanky blanket man walking down the street.
Clank, clank, clank.
For me,
You think
part
they're
of me
just gonna be, one of them judgmental types? They just assume that I'm wearing plate under because they hear clanking.
if we're doing surveillance only, is it wise to have Barnaby and John with us when they cannot disguise themselves in any way?
Actually, John can. I lent him my tattoo of disguise, or the once a day disguise self tattoo.
Barnaby will not take off his armor. He has refused many a time.
Well,
It's kind of like clothes that you've been wearing for your whole life. You just feel naked without it. And I don't like feeling naked.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, if we're trying to, like, be sneaky about this and have them not know we're here.
I mean, I got the cloak.
What does the cloak do?
I put it around myself to hide the armor.
Why don't
So secretive.
I'm just gonna like Burberry's gonna hold up the cloak of Elvenkind and just be like, you can attune to this. At least it will make it. At least it will help. Hey, Barry.
What's this frilly looking thing
Barry.
supposed to do?
What?
That is my people's cloak. Thank you very much.
Well, your people make some frilly looking clothing, I'm just gonna say that. At least close.
So Adlar, how does that make you feel that he's calling your cloaks frilly?
I won't lie, when he says frilly, it feels a little loaded. It's a somewhat charged term.
You think about it,
Are you saying elves are frilly, sir?
No, I'm just saying their clothing is.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
They can
Listen,
be.
Barnaby,
Couldn't you-
if it's super frilly, it's something that you would never wear, so they definitely wouldn't suspect it's you.
You know, you make a good point. I mean, I'll wear it. Makes a good point.
Size for fucking Burberry, so it looks like a capelet.
Well, this is the Cloak of Elvenkind you guys got from Farrell, right?
Yeah, like it's for
Yeah.
Burberry stacked, but that's still only 5'6".
Oh, that's true. Barnaby is a tall boy.
I mean, magic items do technically resize when you put them on.
Shh, let me have this.
It's a little snug at first, Barnaby.
Otherwise,
Before it
any
lets out.
rings we find would basically be useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it sounds like there is a semblance of a plan.
Yes.
Also, Adlar is now in the know because Burberry was a dunce.
Adlar
If he wasn't before, he definitely is now.
Yep.
And I do think he knew. I think I
yeah,
feel like
no,
there was
like-
a time before where he
Oh,
had been told.
Like definitely, like Burberry is sus. Let's be real, but
Yeah. So Noelle is going in disguise. Alora is going as a rat. Burberry's going in disguise as a child.
Mhm.
Barnaby is going in disguise as a man in a cloak.
Yeah.
as a man in a frilly cloak, excuse
Man
me.
in a
Cute
frilly
in a
cloak. And John can use the mask tattoo to be whoever.
He
can
gets
disguise
an
himself as well.
hour as a disguised person.
Yeah.
Is there a separate should disguise those, or can I just go wild?
What's that?
So is there something specific I should disguise as, or should I just go wild?
Perhaps just some kind of beggar or something would be probably pretty inconspicuous.
I'd be very big thing.
You can gain and lose a feet or a foot when you do a disguise self spell. So you could be a just absurdly big beggar.
Oh, that means that Burberry's child disguise will not, like, because that would be 2.5 feet of being lost.
Wait, what?
I said that means that there's no way that Burberry could be construed as being having cast disguise self because he would have lost 2.5 feet by splitting
That's
his
true.
eye.
And could both of you cast disguise self, or can you only one of you cast disguise?
It's not a spell. It's just
He's
one of
just
them's gonna be
they're just getting off each other's shoulders.
Both kobolds have got to have some of the fucking most just hut calves of anybody in the party.
Yeah, and super strong shoulders, but it's fine. It only took
Short
what?
stack kobolds.
It
Every day
only
is leg day.
it only took 2 years for me to actually go on as a singular kobold.
Yeah.
We got there. Alright, well, we'll start heading towards the direction we know the theater to be. Probably not
Okay.
all the exact same time, and probably taking separate streets and stuff, but we'll start meandering that way.
I wonder
Then
if
I will-
Adlar's my dad.
Is an elf?
I could be adopted. I actually am adopted, I'll have you know.
Who are you talking to?
Fair enough. I mean, no, nothing disparaging your family. Just do I look responsible enough to adopt a child?
No.
As he pulls a blunt out of a pocket and starts to light it.
No, but you look like you could have made severe mistakes when you were 16.
Touche.
Oof. That was a dig. Holy shit. How are you feeling?
I'm going to take the high road.
I mean, you can't say.
Do it.
You can't say. Do I look responsible enough to be a parent and pull out a blunt and say you can't go the other way? Come on.
That was the point. Lauren, you want some?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, as the group kind of branches out across various streets of the city, all heading in the same direction, I'll say everybody roll me a perception or investigation check.
Perception. We love
Roll
perception.
25.
25.
Don't I get like a plus 12 to perception? Lauren's buku.
20. Unnatural.
20.
18.
18.
That is a 28.
28.
26 for doing.
Damn.
26. Damn.
Natural 6.
Well, I think you guys all probably catch sight of this building at about the same time as you basically keeping pace with one another, moving 30 foot around as you do, would all reach this street at about the same time and kind of look at both ways. One after another would pretty quickly clock this building, probably between Aloran and John on the block that they're sort of flanking. This part of town that you reach after probably 20 minutes of walking, definitely an older part of the city, and while there are signs that it was probably once, a well-maintained, lively district, there's a large park not too far off. There's trees kind of growing out of these settings in the middle of the streets. Pretty nice-looking cobblestone, or what was probably nice at one point. This part of town is like overgrown and ill-kempt. There's a lot of ivy kind of crawling on buildings, or at least dried ivy at this time of year. The grass in the park is like well overgrown. The flagstone has all these weeds and stuff kind of growing up between it. And this building with a large faded marquee sign across the large double doors at the top of the steps in front of it does have a very large but worn and sort of corroding sign running down the front of it. This kind of tall letter over letter vertical sign that just says Oberon. And as I said, you guys would catch out of it pretty quickly. I think Barnaby would probably be the last one to clock it, just probably being a little bit further out than everybody else, sort of on the periphery of the group. And you'd all see this building without too much issue. This part of town would also probably not see a ton of foot traffic relative to the downtown area you were in. You're sort of passing into a sort of dying district, right? And there's not really a lot of people on this block necessarily that you can see. You pass a handful of people kind of going about their daily business on the way here, making their way to shops or stopping at a local little bakery to pick up groceries for the day. But it's quiet relative to the rest of the city. And looking at the Oberon with those checks, you can definitely see there does not appear to be anybody heading for it or sitting on the steps outside of it on the, in the doorway. Does not look to be anyone in the vicinity of this building.
Little mouse Lauren will go towards the building.
I'll just kind of take the sort of half block circle around it and just kind of get a good look around the whole thing.
Okay. Lauren, stealth check, and Noel, give me another perception check. Excuse me.
Oh,
18.
I'm gonna use. Do I use the mouse's stealth dex?
Yes.
Nope, 17.
17? Okay. With a 17 perception, the building is flanked by some old shopping centers on either side of it. You can see that there are, lines of shops. They all look to be in pretty rough shape. Half of them are completely boarded up. The other half, while they appear to be open, you can see lights in the windows. There's not really a customer base outside or mulling about. It's again, it's a very quiet street. And kind of walking around the perimeter of this block, you can see that there are alleyways that sort of, perforate the lines of buildings here and there. And it looks like there are some that kind of reach back behind the theater, all the way up to that building. There will come a point as you're sort of halfway around the block now, kind of on the rear side of this building, that there appears to be like a particularly wide alleyway, right? Wide enough for, two wagons side by side to kind of pass one another. That goes all the way up to the rear of this theater, and you can see that there are double doors back there, where presumably cargo could be unloaded and set up inside. I'd say with a 17, you definitely clock as you pass that alleyway that there is a figure sitting outside those doors at the end of that alleyway.
Okay.
They're just kind of posted up on a crate, leaned against the building.
Do they look particularly well, like they have nice armor, or just kind of a guy in rags?
At a distance, as you're just kind of walking by, you definitely don't see like shining metal armor by any means. At a glance, he's wearing a vest, potentially leather, maybe a doublet or something. You are pretty sure you catch sight of a sword on his hip. But beyond that, not really a lot of detail to him. He appears to be some flavor of human-ish.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do a full loop, and that's all.
Okay. Lauren, what do we get on stealth?
I got a 19.
19. Okay. So crossing the street, scurrying as a tiny rat towards the steps leading up to the front doors of the Oberon Theater, you would not really see anybody keeping watch in either direction. And as you get close to the building, what exactly is your approach? What are you thinking?
I just kind of want to peek under the door and see if I see people.
Just get up to the front door and look inside?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
27.
27. Pressing low to the floor and kind of poking your head beneath, through the gap between the floor and the door. You don't see anybody in the lobby. You can see the bottom of like a ticket window, like the base of that counter. You can see some large ceramic fixtures flanking sets of double doors on the far wall. The interior was dark, and you don't see any movement in here, but I will say with a 27, you probably would hear kind of echoing in the distance, a few voices, kind of in scattered conversation.
Okay. I can't hear what they're saying.
From the door, it's hard to make out. It's reverberating a lot, and these guys sound like they're pretty deep in the building. So it's more just you can tell that there's something happening. There's people in there, talking. But the details of it are too garbled by the echo to make out details.
Would you guys hate me if I went in there and was very carefully trying to just hear what they're talking about?
I would say just be aware that we probably are dealing with true sight at some checkpoint.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, I don't want to go too far in. I'm just trying to hear what they're saying, not find them.
Yeah, I'd say it's okay to. Yeah, you're probably okay at this point.
Okay. I'll sneak in.
All right. So, kicking your little rat feet, you squeeze yourself through the gap under the door and into the Oberon Theater. At this point, I'd say you can now make out this lobby area in full detail. You can see this dusty, cobweb-covered chandelier hanging overhead, completely dark. You can see the ticket window with this, kind of torn wood fixtures. It looks like there may once have been, strips of metal that kind of like lined this area, and it was probably, ripped off by a looter at some point in the past few years. There's, splinters and kind of split wood in various places around the lobby here. There's a bar with nothing on the shelves and some broken stools in front of it. And like I said, the double doors in front of you that presumably lead deeper into the theater itself. You can hear those voices coming from beyond those doors.
I'll go up to that set of doors.
Okay. So, scampering across the lobby. Pressing down against the floor again and squeezing through a little bit just to get your head into the theater space. Through that gap, you can see lines of chairs kind of cascading down this large arched ceiling chamber. At the far end of it, there is a large round dark stage. You can see the stage lights that kind of line the edge of it, these large globe shapes. Patterned velvet curtains hanging on either side of it. And kind of over this sort of clumping, stomping on wood sound, right? As if people are, on stairs. You can see a couple of figures beginning to emerge from a pit in front of the stage. Engaged in conversation. And these figures appear to be dressed in a similar fashion to the fellows you saw a couple days ago. Just kind of plain street clothes with leather armor over them, weapons at their hips, and mix of people. There is a half-orc gentleman, a human, woman, and an elf. And they are sort of talking amongst themselves as they clamber out of the orchestra pit. You can hear the half-orc saying, kind of mid-sentence, right? Nobody's heard from either of them in a couple days now. There's a worry. Maybe they saw something. And the elf is like, you think it's the Eastern Alliance, or do you think it's them? Half-orc is just kind of shrugging. It's like, could be either one, but we need to check their old place just to make sure. See if we can't learn anything. And as they're all sort of now out of the orchestra pit, they're beginning to walk up the aisle towards the double doors.
Cool, I'm just gonna hide somewhere.
Stealth check. What'd you get?
Oh, she's making a me face. I'm scared.
A 3.
Yes, I should have been.
Ew.
Do you not have inspiration?
Inspo? Do you wish to use the inspo?
Yeah, I probably should. I'll use my
It feels like
inspo.
it could be a bad one if you fail it,
Okay. Inspo.
given how happy Plint looked.
Oh wow. Fuck you.
I'm just looking at her face like, oh, that looks like a bad roll. What'd you get?
5.
That was an obvious fucking rat.
It's like Pizza Rat, man.
Did I see any other rats in here while I was perusing?
You have not.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
It's been pretty quiet in here so far. So you got your little head, kind of poking out from under the door. You kind of like wedged yourself halfway
Got stuck.
through the door, and as you're starting to back out, you're like kicking with your back feet, clawing at the wood, and you are struggling a little bit to get yourself free in a timely fashion. So you kick, scratch, you pull, right? And you see as the last thing you really see in the theater as you kind of pull your head free and begin to scamper into a hiding place. You see the trio freeze as the half-orc immediately puts a hand on his sword and says, "Hold up, what was that?" And begins striding very purposely towards the lobby doors. So, Aloran, you have a handful of seconds before those doors fly open. What are you doing?
Can I can't make it out, right?
You try.
Okay. See, that didn't fill me with confidence.
It is a pretty wide lobby. You.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to hide again. How about that?
Okay, it's up to you. If you want to try and bolt for the front door, or if you want to try and hide somewhere in here, that's up to you.
I'll just try to hide, I think. Bad dice. You go over there now. Okay. Gonna get a new dice. That was a nat 1.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
So, Aloran,
Okay.
starting to panic. You start climbing a counter and are like looking like frantically like somewhere to hide, and there's fucking nowhere. This place has been gutted. There's nothing on the shelves. You're like jumping across the room, like trying to leap on top of the old bar, trying to get on the shelves, and it's just there's just nowhere to go. And then as you think you see like a small enough like crack in the wood that maybe I could squeeze through that, you like jump up onto the shelf and it like tips under your weight and just like crashes down to the floor.
Wait, I don't take damage, do I?
No.
Okay, good.
It's just a failed stealth check. But it's very obvious there is something in this building, right? And
Panicking rat.
the double doors fly open, and the half-orc steps out, sword in hand. You see the woman and the elf man behind him. The elf has a small orb of fire in his hand. The woman's carrying a light crossbow. They're all like kind of aiming. And you lock eyes with the half-orc as you right yourself on the pile of shelves that you just knocked over.
Can the rat give puppy eyes? Don't hurt me.
Big old beady
Scared
eyes.
little mouse.
The half-orc just kind of freezes, and the woman's like, "Oh fuck, a rat!" And she just levels the
No,
crossbow at it.
no.
You've got great AC,
Yeah.
right?
Honey. Oh, you did.
Dude, the blur
20.
is not gonna let
The
us
blur.
see that.
Oh, boo! It's a nat 20. God damn it! I'm so excited.
Okay, well, good thing we all came.
Everyone's here. So that's gonna be
Lauren.
some
Rats
damage.
have like 30 hit points, right?
They have 1 hit point.
Oh.
I am going to need the rat to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
God damn it. Wait, isn't it my con?
It's the rat's con because the rat split got hit.
Oh.
Yeah, physical stats are the beast shape.
Gotcha. Absolutely fucking wonderful. A 3.
3. Okay.
God, Johnny.
Ooh.
This is bad.
I feel like this
I got
is karmic
a 4.
retribution for last session.
-1.
We rolled
So
so
you're-
goddamn high last session, the whole session.
You are going to take 10 piercing damage.
Lovely. Okay. I'm sorry, how much dice did you just roll there?
Well, it was a crit, so it went from 7 to 14.
Wow, so
Holy.
Lauren might actually fucking die.
I doubt it.
Let's see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Unless you
So
roll
you-
14 d12s, I don't think you're.
I think it's the
It is
wyvern poison.
not D12s.
I'm more worried that there's some kind of stun or something going on with the poison.
Yeah, that's also what I'm concerned of, because then Lauren can't do anything.
So we got 3 plus 6, 9 plus 12, 21 plus 4, 25, 35, 47 poison damage.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's a lot
As-
of damage.
That
This woman fucking headshots the rat, right? And Aloran, you back into your normal shape with this arrow just pumping poison into your body as you pull it out. Oh, it burns like nothing else. And at the sight of you, these 3 are suddenly like, "It's her!" And I'm gonna have you roll some initiative for me.
Did Lawrence? Wait, how much damage was that? Like 54 or something total?
Mhm.
With the overflow?
I'm at
from the
26
rat?
health.
Yikes.
You're at what?
I'm at 26 health.
That was some damage.
And I rolled fucking terribly.
How bad?
An 11.
It's not as bad as I just rolled.
That's good.
They rolled a 5.
Thanks.
So, Lauren, it is your go. You are standing very, very badly poisoned. Your vision starting to swim as these 3 recognize you and begin readying themselves for an attack. What are you doing?
I'm going to cast Cone of Cold.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Cone of Cold.
They must make a Constitution saving throw. take 8d8 cold damage on a failed save, half as much as a successful one.
Okay. So let me roll that. On save, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 14, a 4, and an 18.
Okay, a 14, 4, and an 18.
Yep. For the 3
That's
of them.
my spell save DC, right?
Yeah, it's against your spell save DC.
Okay, one saves. The 18.
1 success and 2 failures?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, I did it on the thingy, and it was 41 total.
41?
Yeah.
Okay. 41. So you just unleash this torrent of ice, just throwing it in a wide cone across the lobby, peppering them with ice shards and frigid air. And you can already see like their faces, their arms, their weapons are like already like crusting over with frost at this sudden burst of icy wrath. That is your action. Do you have anything else on your turn?
I will do bonus action. Use my last wild shape.
And do what?
I will use my last wild shape as my bonus action.
To turn into...
I don't know. So I want to say T-Rex, but I have to use polymorph.
That would be a spell, yeah.
What? So I don't want to do a bear. Bears don't have hit points any. Oh, maybe a giant scorpion. I feel like
you can
that
do
was...
the Quetzalcoatlus, right? Or is that polymorph?
No, the Quetzalcoatlus is wild shape.
I'll do the giant scorpion.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, if I bust out onto the street, I don't know if that will do us any good. If I can kill them all quickly. Maybe. And then I'll just, I don't know. Clock, 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 clock.
I'm disappointed that a giant scorpion isn't immune to poison.
Right.
And you're just like, clack, 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 clack.
Probably though, when they did like bop her out, she'd have been like, God damn it. Fucking hurt.
And just scorpion shape.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So that'll take us to their
actually,
turn.
Probably should have gone.
The half-orc fellow is going to charge you with his short sword.
Okay.
He's going to make 2 attacks.
Alright. How about
That's a
he
miss.
does that? Good.
And that might be a hit. An 18.
My armor class is only a 16 right now.
Okay, so 18 will hit.
Wait, no. Wait.
Don't you get like the bonus from your tattoo?
Yeah, but it's only the dex modifier.
Oh, okay.
Well, the tattoo should give you 15 plus like at least 2 from
Plus
dex,
1.
right?
No. So it's a +1, so yeah,
Plus 1.
16.
Okay. So that is going to be a hit. I'm going to need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Hey guys, it has a +2 to con on this guy.
Oh, okay.
This one's not as bad as the rat.
What the fuck? Rolled another nat 1.
Ooh.
Goodbye, y'all.
Alora's gonna
This is
get
how
kidnapped.
Alorn dies.
That's going to be
Thankfully, we
6
probably
piercing damage.
Are aware that something's going on at least.
6 piercing damage.
With the appearance of
And
the puddle, I feel like, yeah, we're probably aware that something's happening.
that is 10, 24, 30 poison damage.
Okay.
And the lady is going to shoot with her crossbow. That is going to be a 24 to hit. Constitution saving throw, please.
An 11.
11 will not make it, unfortunately. That's going to be 8 piercing damage.
Oh my god. I'm
And-
actually terrified for Alorn, guys.
It's finally happening.
Oh god.
That's going to be 10, 20, 29 poison damage.
FX's Shogun, now streaming on Hulu. And get ready for even more.
Let's get to it.
Don't be afraid, because now
Oh
we have it all.
no.
This is gold. When you add Disney Plus to Hulu,
Okay. Cool. Cool. Alorn's herself again.
Okay. And the elvish man in their company is going to cast Firebolt. Or not Firebolt, Scorching Ray. That's what it's called. So that's a miss. That's a miss. Holy shit. That was terrible. So that's 3 misses. So just... And Alorn, as you turn back into out of scorpion form back into yourself, you just tuck and roll as this spray of firebolts just hits the ground where you were just laying, scrambling to get back into a favorable position. I would definitely say for the party outside, as we start a new round, I think you guys would definitely have clocked within the 6-second span that like something is happening inside the theater. So I will say the 2 closest individuals, which would be John and Noel, you guys could probably get to the doors with a dash action by the end of this round, we'll say. And I'd say seeing you guys taking off towards it, the rest of the party could probably take that cue and begin to move into position. So starting with this new round, I'll have Noel and John roll initiative.
Is our initiative for this round considered the
Yes.
dash action? Okay.
No, that would be hearing all of this happening inside. You would start running the first round.
Because you remember you were telling so.
That's
Yeah, John's close in the distance. That is not in question for sure.
You were so close to downing me.
That damage must have rolled over. Like, I don't know where.
Oh, it did.
Alorn's hit points cannot be high.
Oh no. We're in single digits, y'all. We're at 5.
Yikes.
If that Scorching Ray had hit me.
Thank God that was your. It's glasses.
John got an 8.
What was it?
18.
18? Okay.
16 for Noel.
16. Okay. So it sounds like John and Noel are going before Aloran. So you guys reach the door. How do you want to proceed with your turns?
Oh, I want to beat that door like off the hinges.
Just fucking kick it in, and you can see, there's a trio of individuals coated in ice, leveling weapons and spells at Aloran at the far end of the room, up against the bar. Aloran is looking really fucking rough. She's bleeding very badly. And
How far?
as you kick the door, and these guys are starting to swivel, what the And yeah, what are you doing, John?
How
They
far?
they're probably 50 feet away.
Okay, so have I used any movement this turn yet?
No.
Okay, so I'd like to go max movement towards them, which is 40 feet,
Okay.
and then bam behind the archer.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my attack from the bam.
Go for it.
So that is 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Just to be clear, I am using my serpent sword.
Yes.
So it's 1d8 plus 1d10 plus 8. And I am raging. Sorry.
Okay.
So that uses up my bonus action. Okay, so 1d8 is 7 plus 1d10. 8 plus 6, 7, 8.
That's 21 damage.
Is that? I was just trying to do the math. It was like,
6, 7, 8, 15 plus 6, 21.
21.
Okay.
Yep.
21 damage, good damage. She takes a big slash across her body. Definitely like scrambling to back up away from you as you do this. She's hurt. She's sluggish, but you can tell she's still very like intent on not falling in this interaction. Anything else on your turn? That's your action, bonus action, and that's everything. So, Noel.
Yeah, my turn's done.
Yeah, John kicks the door in, fucking rushes, bamps, teleports behind the crossbow woman, and gives her a big slash that she's reeling from.
Okay, I could get to Aloran this turn.
Aloran is probably like...
Well, they're 50 feet out. Or no, the orc guy is closer, right?
The orc guy is next to Aloran. Yeah. They're probably like within 30 feet.
Okay. Seeing that she is on fucking death's door, I'll run up and say, we should get you to Burberry. If you...
I have polymorph, bitch.
Do I?
I'm kind of asking, do you want to stay or go? Because I can get you to Burberry now.
Oh, I'm gonna kill these fuckers.
We could come back and you could you could have a lot more health.
Lauren's angry.
Get off of me.
As I said, Lauren's part barbarian, even though she has not taken
any barbarian levels.
Any barbarian. She's raged.
Someday.
Her high is gone. She doesn't feel good anymore, and she's upset.
I'll take that as you want to stay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then let me rethink.
Go for it.
Here. Okay, so just at a glance as I run in, I see these three guys. It seems like the doors down.
There's the two directly in front of you, standing just outside the double doors, leading deeper into the theater. And then there's the fork man who is standing next to Aloran, off to the side in front of the bar. Like, slightly closer. It's kind of a triangle, right? You got the front door, you've got the bar, and then you've got the doors of the theater.
Okay. Do I see anyone just looking in the theater?
Looking in the theater?
Sorry,
No.
If I'm looking in the theater, do I see anyone in there?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, the doors are like swinging slightly, but you don't see any movement inside the theater in the brief glimpses you can see in there.
Sure. You know what? I would polymorph myself, but I will stick with my restriction I said, which is that I can't use it if I'm disguised.
Okay.
So I will instead. Alright, well, we're sticking around. I'm gonna cast Dominate Person on the orc.
Okay. That is a 3.
Okay.
And as he's raising his sword, he just kind of freezes. And you can feel yourself sort of closing in around him, your will taking hold of his body. What is he doing?
Spellcaster.
And he begins turning towards the elf and running, sword out. Okay.
And I'll help Lauren back to her feet.
All right. CR8 are the highest level, right?
Correct.
CR8. Animals. I don't know if I could fit in a Tyrannosaurus Rex in here, right?
It's a big theater.
That's a huge creature.
Yeah.
You'd be a big one. you'd be basically up against the ceiling. But you could.
Like the end of Jurassic Park.
Fuck it. T-Rex.
Okay, you polymorph into a T-Rex and just like there is a shower of dust and bits of plaster falling from the ceiling. The chandelier rattles as this Tyrannosaurus takes shape inside the lobby of the Oberon. Anything on your bonus action? Or?
I don't. Let me see what the T-Rex can do. Real quick.
Shut up.
Unfortunately, they do not have a bonus action. So I will just move the T-Rex and be all up on the other people. So if they try to move away from me, I can just attack them.
Okay.
Are they scared of the T-Rex?
The crossbow woman looks scared for sure. She just took a big hit from John, and then this behind her as you take your shape. Definitely feeling hemmed in. The elf mage beside her is currently, well, he was momentarily focused on the half-orc who just turned and raised a sword towards him. And then you just rose up as a T-Rex behind him. And he's kind of like, oh, fuck. So I think if that is your turn, that'll take us to their turn. The woman is going to try and stave off John. Well... Yeah, I think she is going to throw something out of her pouch onto the ground. She's going to reach into her pocket and she's going to just throw something against the ground. And this large, thick, black cloud of smoke just envelops John, the mage, and the crossbow woman. And you can definitely hear the sounds of like scrambling feet and wood colliding with flesh as rapid footfalls kind of lead out of this room and towards the theater. The half-orc is going to attempt to stride into the cloud and attack the mage. Okay, so that's a miss.
I'm going to attack opportunities if we can.
You would have disadvantage to try to hit her, but you could try.
Oh, could I try too? Since I got up in between everybody. So if she started running.
So I'm going to 15.
Yeah, you could try.
I got 25 and 18.
18?
Oh, plus 10 to hit? Okay.
18 would hit.
Sweet.
A 25. I rolled high
There you go.
for the first time.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
like
both of you roll damage.
7 rolls. That was bullshit.
Come out on top this year.
Okay, 4d12.
Get upfront transparent pricing. It's better with Block.
Sorry, DM, is my damage with rage the 6? Or is my damage with rage 8?
Your damage from raging, I think, is a +2.
And then I have the dual.
Your strength is a +5, and then if the weapon has a +1, it should be.
And then I have the
total.
the dueling damage as well.
The dueling damage as well. Well, the weapon's not a +1, is it?
42 damage from Alorn.
42
the weapon is
from the fucking T-Rex.
That shit can do damage.
Yep.
Oh god. Okay.
She dies, right?
Second.
She better fucking die.
Oh, your rage damage is a +3 now. That's why. Okay, so it's.
Wait, my rage damage is +3?
You guys are level 9, right?
10.
But I'm only a level.
It's a,
I'm only a level 6 for right now.
oh, then it's a +2.
Yeah.
So +5 from strength, +2 from rage.
My strength is only
+1. Your strength is only what?
My strength is only 18. It's +4.
Okay, so +4 from strength,
Right.
+2 from
Dueling
rage, so
damage.
that's +6. +2 from dueling, so +8. And then if it's a +1, which I don't think
not.
the serpent sword is, yeah, so just a +8.
Okay. So it's +8 and +6. Okay, so I've been 2 less damage last time. So then that would be 20 damage total.
20. Okay. Yeah, the two of you do not let this woman get away despite the smoke bomb. John, you immediately like plunge the sword towards her, like pinning her by the calf to the ground. There's like a cry, and then the T-Rex just dives into the smoke and just yanks back, and there's just a spray of blood as you pull this woman basically in half.
Hell yeah.
With one big bite. The half-orc is struggling to attack the mage with the smoke cloud. And the mage, for his part, is definitely panicking. What are you saying?
Just making sure that I don't lose any functionality here. I will probably. I believe I can give him basic directions without using an action.
Right.
It doesn't specify any time restriction on it. So I would probably tell him to. Well, okay. It was just the 3 of them, and we haven't seen anyone else in here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I just keep it to the same. Kind of don't let that mage get away.
Attack the mage.
Yeah.
Sure. The mage, for his part, is going to cast a spell on his turn. You guys are probably not going to see him because he's in the thick of this cloud.
Yeah.
But you are going to hear the sounds of the the footsteps and then the double door swinging as he retreats into the theater.
Cool. I have a +10 reach. Opportunity attack? Because
You already made an opportunity attack.
Oh, you can only do it once?
Yeah, it's your reaction.
It's a reaction.
Oh, I probably would not have done it. Oh well. Okay. If John.
Listen, the other bitch is
Plenty
dead.
more to go.
You just chop somebody in half with your mouth.
Top of the order, Barnaby, Burberry, and Adlar are going to reach the theater doors. So go ahead and give me some initiative rolls for these guys.
Can I also stealth roll? I don't want to be seen. I like this disguise. I want to be able to hold on to it.
11.
All right.
Natural 20 on stealth.
Okay.
And a initiative 8 on initiative.
8 on initiative. Okay.
Because I'm being so stealthy.
Yeah. It's a little slow to get to the door.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and that adds up to 25,
so,
by the way.
25. Okay. So top of the order, Noel and John. Adlar's slow coming up too. He's trying not to be seen. So Noel and John at the top of the order, and then it'll be Aloran and Burberry and Adlar and Barnaby. I mean, you guys are basically all together. There's nobody between you guys. So
do we see
whoever wants to go?
Do we see the mage booking it into the theater?
You would have seen. Well, you would have heard the doors opening on the far side of the cloud. Because they were standing like right in front of those doors. They had just stepped out and were like leveling shit at Aloran.
Do I know that?
Wasn't the door already open then? Or did he close the door?
You would have heard the doors like swinging like against the wall, right? Like hit the wall and then just start swinging on its hinge.
Gotcha. I feel like he's probably invisible.
We heard him cast a spell and he's booking it.
He's booking it, yeah. You
Hello?
definitely hear the sounds of footsteps like running
into the theater. I feel like John's closer, so he should probably engage in some way.
Yeah, so I have 40 feet of movement. So can I use 40 feet of movement to try to head like towards where the doors were that I remember?
I mean, you're literally like 10 feet from the doors at this point because like you were on the near, well, not even 10 feet because you teleported behind them, so you would be next to the doors, just kind of surrounded by smoke. So you could head in that direction towards the sound of the noise, and basically out of the smoke cloud into the theater itself.
As soon as I activate the smoke cloud, do I see him?
So you can hear his feet like hitting the ground as he's like running ahead of you. You do not see him.
Okay, he's invisible. Shit. I can vamp to anywhere I can see, but if you can't see him, I don't know where to vamp to. How wide is the part that we're running through?
How wide is the what?
Are we in like a big open area, or are we?
I mean, you're in like the seating area for the theater, so it's like leveled, descending tiers of seats, and you're standing in one of the alley, like the walkways, between sections that leads towards the stage.
So if I was to vamp ahead of him, he would have to run after me, basically.
Theoretically, yeah.
I will say,
Like,
opportunity attacks only trigger on creatures you can see.
Yes, but if I'm literally physically in his way, he has to move through me, correct?
Yeah, I mean, or jump over a chair or something, but yeah. It would be obvious, probably.
Okay, so I would like to vamp the full 30 feet ahead.
Okay.
Hoping in front of
and just try and appear ahead of him in the alley. Sure.
And then I just like I want to spread out as much as I possibly can, trying to make it so that he kind of get past me without going through them.
Sure.
And then
Okay.
I would like to hold my attack for if I notice him in the slams.
If it sounds like anything gets close, you're gonna take a swing at it.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan. Noel.
Okay. So I remember from last time it wasn't last session, but we did learn that the guy we interrogated said that there was something under the stage, if I remember correctly.
Yes, there is sewer access under the stage.
So, just trying to avoid metagaming. So I would have a reason to know that. I would... I think I would just... I'll just dimension door onto the stage. Just center stage.
And within seconds, you are standing in the middle of the stage, looking back towards the doors that you can see black smoke kind of billowing through.
And I will I'll just keep an eye out and listen and see if I see or hear anyone coming, then that'll be my turn, I think. I guess I'll tell the orc guy to follow, get in here and keep looking for that mage.
Okay, yeah. Aloran, Barnaby, Burberry, what are we doing?
Can I, with 50 feet of movement, make it to the stage with Noel?
So, as a 15-foot tall Tyrannosaurus, you are definitely not fitting through the people-sized double doors leading into the theater.
Break it in.
How would you like to proceed?
Are we trying to still be stealthy?
You just bit someone in half. I think stealth is out the window.
Okay.
I pressed digitation. We can clean it up.
Can I do a perception check to see if I hear people coming?
That would be your action, but yes, you could.
That's fine. Oh, okay. 16, 28.
28?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you close your eyes and focus through the pain, through the burning sensation of the poison as it starts to kind of fade from the massive bulk of this Tyrannosaurus. And listening, you're pretty confident that you can hear your friends here in the lobby. You can hear the fading footfalls of the maid retreating into the theater. You can hear the sounds John and Noel make as they teleport around the theater, trying to head this guy off. It does not sound like there's any other movement in the building at the moment, as far as you can hear.
Okay. Guess Aloran will... Can she try to crawl through the little door? Like...
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
I wish I could see those.
Okay.
I want to see how mechanically a T-Rex wiggles its feet.
Face first through door. It's like freaking squeezing Play-Doh through one of those.
So I got an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural, I think.
Scooch, scooch, scooch.
So a creature can squeeze itself through a space intended for a creature one size smaller than it. The doors are probably large enough to accommodate a large creature passing through. And with a 20, you are definitely peeling the doors off of the frame and then the frame from the wall as you squeeze. But you are cramming yourself through this door.
I hope the door frame
in the theater.
I hope the door frame stays hanging around
On the
It's
plus
like
side,
it's like a horse harness or a yoke, like just kind of like teetering on your back before it just kind of tilts to one side and like falls into the seats
on the
next
plus
to you.
side, every time you do that, it'll get easier.
I've learned more of how to squeeze through small spaces. I'll use the rest of my movement to get as close to the stage as possible.
Crushing chairs as you step
And I'll just
through
be doing
them.
big steps, so I hopefully squish the wizard on my way.
Sure, yeah. So
Can I
taking
roll a
steps.
random check to see if I accidentally squish him?
I'm gonna say no.
Damn it.
Next action.
Fine.
That's gonna be Barnaby, Burberry, and Adlar now. As Aloran, like, falls on her belly, kicks herself through the double doors into the theater, and continues forward. What are you guys doing?
I would like to fly up into the air to see if I can see anything scrambling from a bird's eye view.
Kicking up into the air with your flying boots of moonshine.
Moon boot.
I would say you can hear the sounds of scrambling pretty clearly as you're kind of getting pursuit, but you're not seeing him obviously because he's invisible. If you want to try and pinpoint him, I would say give me a perception check as your action.
I can do that. As a 16.
16. Okay. I would say with a 16, you are pretty confident that he's still in the aisle. Just judging by the cadence of his footfalls as well as kind of the streak of smoke that's sort of trailing in the aisle behind him. It looks like he's in the aisle. And it doesn't really look like there's a lot of place for him to go in the seating right now. So you're pretty confident he's somewhere between you and John.
Can I try and fire in a random spot, see if I hit?
Pinpointing him would have been your action.
Yeah, that's better than fair.
Yeah. But you could point him out to the rest of the party for free if you wanted to.
I will do that.
Sure.
I
Burberry.
make him.
Can I hold on to that nat 20 to get like how far is the stage from the doors?
God, I mean, how big are theaters? 50 feet probably.
So I would like to use the previous roll to like get between the rows of chairs.
Okay, yeah. Just kind of creeping in, staying hidden.
I mean, it's pretty easy considering there's a giant
Nobody's looking for the Burberry.
There are some bigger priorities at play right now. That's fair.
Can I stealth cast so that I continue to be hidden?
Yeah, when you take an action from your hiding spot, whether or not it hits or not, your position is technically revealed and you're not hidden anymore. That doesn't mean that they can see you necessarily. Like, you can still be out of sight line, but it reveals your location when you do anything.
Okay, so if I cast it on somebody who's not looking at me, could I keep my hiding spot intact? Like, or not intact, but like, basically, as I said,
you can keep your position, you just can't keep your secrecy. Like, someone's gonna know there was a person there casting. They may not see you necessarily, but they know there's somebody there.
Okay, that's fine. I like this disguise. I want to hold on to.
That's fair. Like, you've got cover as long as you stay like prone on the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So do I need to roll for that, or do I just get?
Yeah, I mean that's just the way the rule works. So if whatever you're doing, you'll do it normally, and then you will not be hidden, but you will still be in cover. So they'll know where you are, but they won't see you unless they actually walk up to you.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna cast hold person on the whoever's closest to the stage that's not in my party.
I mean, the only person you could see, because they're the only person who's visible that's not in the party, is the half-orc, who is currently dominated by Noel.
Then he doesn't need it.
The mage turned invisible, and you do not see him, but you can hear him running down the aisle.
You have fairy fire?
No.
Didn't Barnaby just point?
Barnaby did point out where he believes
A
it's going to be,
general
but you
area.
still have to be able to see them for certain stuff.
Is that my held action?
It will if he gets close to you, because you teleported ahead of him.
Glad to know that ahead of him.
Okay. In that case, do I know what the mage looks like?
You would not have seen him before he disappeared.
Okay.
You would have gone to the door at the top of this round and run inside.
So for guiding bolt, it just says towards a creature of your choice within range. It does not specify that you can see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The technicality, I will allow it, but you will be making the attack at disadvantage because he is invisible.
That's fine. Well, no, that's I was like, wait, that's why I wanted to check, like, eh? Because if that's not the case, I can do something else. With disadvantage, that's a 20.
Hell yeah.
That'll hit.
Okay. So that's, and I'm a...
I'm going to force him to drop invisibility.
It might.
Right, concentration check.
Yep.
Well, it also says the next attack made against this roll before the end of your next turn has advantage thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target.
So he might also be sparkly.
So, you know...
Plus, I would cancel out the disadvantage for him being invisible.
D6s. So I'm gonna upcast it by 1, so it's gonna be 5d6 instead of 4.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'm gonna...
See that damage.
Oh. That's sad. That's okay.
Still very good.
11, 13, 15, 16.
15?
Yeah, I
Good
rolled
shit.
2 2s and a 1.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna duck. And can I use bonus action to put mask and hat on and start getting myself back together?
You can do that for free. You don't need to use a bonus action. That's fine.
Thank you.
So Burberry launches a guiding bolt down the alley, down the walkway towards this fleeing figure, and you just see this of radiant light as it collides with the invisible elf, who very quickly flickers back into view, his concentration dropping with a nat 1. And Adlar will be right behind you, Burberry, with 2 attacks of his own.
Wait, that's a different person. Never mind!
Adlar is going to hit 1 attack and 2 attacks. Good for him. That's a 5 and a 3 plus Adlar numbers, which are 5. So that's going to be 13, 23 on the first hit, and 20 on the second. So 2 arrows following up on this guiding bolt, and you watch as the wizard just immediately tumbles, falling into the chairs next to him, and just collapses into a fucking heap. Just the Peter Griffin death pose, where his arms are all fucking twisted, just bleeding out into the middle of the theater. The half-orc, still dominated, will stride forward and grab the half-elf by the collar of his shirt and hold him up with one hand and just kind of like swing him in your direction, Noel, as if to show you he's got him.
Do you want this guy dead still?
I don't know if they can give us more information than we already know.
The T-Rex starts conversing.
I said it and then I was
think
like,
I
oh
got
wait,
what
that's
you meant.
right.
Just nod or shake your head.
Is that a no? We do not.
That's a thumbs down from the T-Rex.
Wait, T-Rex don't have thumbs.
They have tiny hands.
They have 2 claws.
They're going like this. They're going.
Pointing down.
Shake your head or not. We shouldn't do that.
The mage is unconscious?
That was between the Cone of Cold earlier and now like 50
yeah.
damage that he just took from Burberry and Adlar. Yeah, he's unconscious.
Okay, yeah. Take him out.
Just step on him.
And he just punches the short sword through the center of the mage's body. Twice, just 2 big, and then throws him back on the ground.
Get over
And
here.
Oh, I thought it was going to toe jam.
Turns back to look at you, awaiting his next order.
Get over here.
He walks towards you.
Where is the entryway?
Groaning, he's pointing back towards the stage.
Oh, well, I'm on the stage.
Oh, well, he points down towards the stage. Now that you're standing on the stage with him.
Like the idea, he's like, oh yeah, kill my compatriot? Fine. Tell you where shit is? Oh, God.
Good. Well, now that he's up close to you, you can hear him like groaning against the spell. Like, release me, you know.
Yeah. He points down.
Yeah, he points down towards basically the middle of the stage.
Is anyone else down there right now?
The rest of the cell.
The cell.
Yeah.
So he's the terrorist.
Roar.
Yes, alone. You should eat him.
Go stand by John and the T-Rex.
Oh, if you do that, Lauren's totally gonna be like, hang.
Very begrudgingly, like veins bulging in his head, eyes wide, unblinking, staring at you. He like turns his body and begins to walk down the steps towards John and the T-Rex.
Okay.
Lauren is totally like nipping at him, like, hang.
Given that we are... there's a time limit on him, I would say I'd use an action, I guess, to go toward the steps and listen and look to see if I hear or see anyone coming now.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Damn. Okay. So you kind of walk forward down off the front of the stage towards the orchestra pit, just kind of like hunker down and listen. You don't hear any movement. You kind of like crane your neck a little bit to look under it, and it's kind of a dark, drafty undercarriage to this stage. I mean, you can see kind of the support beams and the open space where all these old sets are just kind of like thrown against the walls. Excuse me.
You could ask the orc if anybody would have heard that.
Doesn't look like there's anybody down there.
I guess...
But I would say with the nat 20...
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. Sorry. You would probably be able to make out through the dust, sets of footprints all kind of converging on this large, kind of faintly outlined square patch of flooring. There's sort of a distinctive outline that you can make out in the center of this
Kind of a
undercroft.
hidden trapdoor look to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say... we were pretty loud, right?
You're
Right.
louder in the lobby. It's been pretty quiet outside of the T-Rex taking steps. Which even then is just kind of a kind of a dim rumble.
How
The
quickly?
lobby was the loudest part of this.
I would yell over to the orc and say, "How quickly are people going to realize something went awry up here?"
He
Or do they
just kind
already
of
know?
shrugs.
I don't know a better way to ask that. Okay. Well, at some point that's gonna drop. I only have a minute of dominating, so.
Do you want us to?
You guys want to ready attack, so I can just drop it at some point. Because I can hold it actually while you attack him. I just have a high chance of dropping it, or he'll have a high chance of breaking out.
So is it time for us to attack him?
You could ask him about what the precautions are for people who walk in with the thingy. Just for curiosity.
Walk in with what?
The precautions for seeing through stuff.
Oh. How about this? Last question for him. How far down the trapdoor is the checkpoint?
The checkpoint's at the door to the cistern. It's a walk.
Okay. Well, it's been fun. Thank you. You guys are free to attack him now.
Damn you all. As John and the T-Rex just fucking descend on him.
Have fun, y'all.
If y'all want to roll for damage, go for it. He is not living through this. Literally. You guys make very quick work of this fellow, and before long he's just another blood stain on the floor of this old theater.
Should probably clean it up.
Gonna get a message from Burberry that says, "This might seem a little out of place, and I'm sorry if I'm incorrect for asking, but are you all right?"
I'm just imagining Laura licking the bowl.
Message, Alora. You don't hear this shit.
To me?
I think she's.
Yeah, sorry,
Is it-
Noelle.
Okay.
I was just scared. Lauren looked real bad when I walked in.
Burberry just nods from.
I could have gotten a lot worse if there were more people up here.
I am concerned for her.
Okay, so as of this minute, I still haven't heard anyone coming or anything.
Give me another
Can I also do a perception check?
perception check. Sure.
Do I get to add the T-Rex's perception to my own perception?
I think with
No.
the higher one would just.
Because it's your mental stats.
22 total.
Oh, I barely beat you. 20.
God damn it. Someday I'll beat you.
I'm sorry, it's a plus 12. What do you want from me?
Listening closely. Doesn't sound like anybody else is into the building. You don't hear any movement in here.
Okay.
Pretty confident you guys are alone.
I take it this trapdoor is not big enough to fit a T-Rex.
It is people-sized.
I will go investigate the trapdoor, see if... I don't know. I doubt it's magically warded, but I guess it could be.
Famous last words.
All right.
It's like stuffing a fucking hot dog.
There's no way the Xerox stayed down there. I guess I'll look for any obvious traps. I'm not good at that, but I can try.
Give an investigation check.
Alright, I am kind of good at this now. Watch me roll a 2. Roll a 2.
Oh,
I rolled an actual 2.
safe to you.
That's a 10 total.
Can I give a go? I would like to look.
Yeah, you can come down here. I don't see anything.
Natural 20!
Investigation?
Natural 20 investigation.
Sweet.
22.
Well, Noelle, there's this bear trap right here where you're putting your hand.
I'm glad you didn't press down too hard. You have the lightest of touch, you know.
Is that what that is?
Burberry, through the dust, you do pick up just like the faintest shimmer coming from the door, like the surface of the door.
Ooh, can I do an arcana
Like a
to
slight sheen of reflective something.
I can probably dispel it.
Can I do an arcana roll to try and identify what this might be?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck if I know. 9.
Yeah, I mean, keeping your distance from it, it's hard to say. But there's something on the door.
Cool. Lauren will, I guess, finally drop T-Rex.
How shitty does Alora look?
Fucking terrible.
I want to fix it. I'm gonna lay so many hands on you.
She is bleeding very badly and is very pale. And her veins are like black, like kind of crisscrossing her face and like body where the wound is in her shoulder. Like it's ugly looking. That's a lot of poison damage.
5.
My blood hurts.
She's like limping over there to dispel magic, and she's like, "My body hurts."
Yeah, that. Okay, so we're gonna give you a level 4 cure wounds. Hold on, I can find all of my d8s. 1, 2.
Can I try, while Burberry's rolling, can I try to dispel magic on the door?
Sure.
Cool.
I'm gonna need you to make a spellcasting ability check.
Do I add anything to that?
Yes, your spellcasting ability modifier. So wisdom.
Okay.
Yep.
21.
21.
Oh yeah.
Cool. You reach out with your magic and just fucking jam your finger in the middle of it and just start fucking pulling. You know, you're just gonna untangle whatever the fuck that is. And you can feel your magic begin to peel apart a couple of spells that appear to have been cast on this door.
24 hit points.
And Burberry, you would see not long after Lauren casts Dispel Magic, that glimmer fades.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't touch it. Alright, if it seems safe, I'll try to open it now.
Okay. You kind of dig around the edge of this shape until you find a divot in the floor that you can get your fingers under and pull up. And on very smooth, well-oiled hinges, just silent as the grave, this door just pulls upwards, revealing a square hatch that leads to sort of a paved and cut stone, almost chimney, with these metal rungs embedded in the wall on one side, kind of forming a ladder that descends down into darkness.
How far are we going with this today?
We don't want to go farther. We should probably take care of the bodies, clean up as much as we can.
They do seem to be doing checks on their members.
Alright, yeah, Lauren did hear the suspicious of the two that had died.
It had disappeared to unknown causes.
Yeah, I mean, you would have heard that nobody's heard from them in a couple days. They were going to go check on them.
I mean, we could go, but if we're going to keep going, I need to take a short rest.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like we can commit to this right this second. But this
I
is...
mean, we could camp out in the back. Stages usually have backstages.
Question, I guess, if I just like... I don't know, I'll just take some chunk of... small little chunk of wood or something that broke off a chair. And
Sure.
drop it down the hole and just listen. Does it go far?
After a couple of seconds, you would hear wood on stone kind of echo back up the tunnel towards you. It's not terribly deep, but it is a distance.
Okay. And that didn't trigger anyone like, hey, a piece of wood.
What was that noise?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
Okay.
It sounds wooden.
Sounds like it's...
Something has fallen into my tunnel.
Okay. It seems like things are stable right this second until someone else wants to come out this way. We don't have a choice but to rest, and it seems like we are not sneaking past a checkpoint. It's through a thin tunnel beneath the ground. That's tough.
That just sounds like fun, if you ask me.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
I mean, I'm fine taking a short rest and continuing.
I guess we could see how far we can go cleaning this place up. I don't know. I don't know if this is recoverable at this stage.
I feel like
We got like destroyed door frame, half a body splattered across the roof. This is a day long clean.
This is, we need to hire
There's
a
like
service
icicles
desk.
dripping off the front wall.
We never say that. Okay. And up here you can socialize all your medias. Nailed it. And back here for
Must have been the wind.
The woodwind.
5G home internet. Get a 200.
Do we want to take a real life short rest?
yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think this is probably the place to take a break. So,
Okay.
if you guys want to start a short rest, and we can break for 10,
Okay. Switch to
back
break.
by
Good.
9:40.
Stream's back.
Alrighty. So, commencing with a short rest. Who's keeping watches?
I gain nothing from a short rest, so I will do it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll some
luxury.
hit dices. Okay, so we'll do...
Peter, you have Song of Rest, correct?
I do. This
That's a
hasn't come
thing.
up in a long ass time. Friendly creatures can get performance for gain hit points when spending hit dice on a short rest. Each of those creatures gain an extra 1d6 hit points.
Okay, so I get an extra
sorry,
1d6.
1d8.
1d8.
At level
1d8,
9.
Okay. Do I add con or anything to the hit dice, or is it just flat rolls?
So with hit dice, it's you roll a hit die, you add your con, and you can do that for however many hit dice you have.
Okay.
And then Song of Rest gives you an extra 1d8 on top of those. It's not a huge amount, but it's a bit. I remembered because we have a bard in Tomb who used it once.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's a bard thing, huh?
I do forget about it. It's also not a super amazing ability.
I mean, it doesn't come up much for this party either.
Well, I will be on perception duty.
Alright.
Okay, so that would have been 3 of them. This would be number 4. Instead of d6.
D8 on top of that.
Okay. Oh. It's okay. I'm at max hit points.
Oh, sweet.
And I have my wild shapes back.
How'd perception go?
Oh. 15 total.
15. Yeah. It is a tense 60 minutes as you guys sit and catch your breaths, tend your wounds, listen for any sign of any activity in this old building, but thankfully, your rest is undisturbed, and you will recuperate without incident.
Well, it seems like we have no way to get down there safely this way. So I guess we are going to have to go to the sewers and see if we can figure out where this place is, roughly. I don't know how we'd get through whatever keeps these things separated, but...
Well, I think we could try to shape Earth.
Follow the druid list?
What was that?
Is Featherfall on the druid list?
Featherfall? No, I don't think so.
Must be a wizard thing.
What are you in Featherfall for?
Safely get down a hole?
Oh,
there's a ladder.
There's a ladder. It's just that
that was my
we can't get past the checkpoint this way. That was what I more meant.
What's
up, Clark? You're coming in super garbled.
I said I vote we blow up the sewer.
You vote we blow up the room.
From our understanding, so does the guy just stay in a room that's like next to the checkpoint?
As far as you know, they have they have their living situation set up by the front door of the hideout. Is basically what the guy told you. Like,
Well,
they live there and they check people as they come in.
So my brain went, if he's always there, does that mean the room doesn't have an exit? And if the room doesn't have an exit and it's down at the bottom of the thing, couldn't we just stone shape him into his room?
He's not on shift. I mean, that's hilarious.
Lock them in.
I mean,
what if we just pump poison gas into the hole?
Oh, that sounds like it could work.
Hand off your taxes to a local expert who's
So I do have the cantrip mold earth, so it'd probably take a while, but I could probably.
It's for soil. It's not for stone.
I have.
Right.
It says you choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it'd probably just take Lauren some time. But if we want to figure out where the entrance is, I could go down there and commune with nature and try to find a blocked passage. In the sewer system. Since I'll already be underground.
Does it work on a structure that's man-made like that, or that'd be my only concern?
That's fair.
But I think it has like city restrictions or something.
You briefly become one with danger and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. This spell gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles. In caves and other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet. The spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction, such as in dungeons and towns.
Gotcha. Okay. So
You
that would
just
not
ask
help.
the rats.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any or heard any squeakery.
I do feel like it would be good since since community with nature will definitely not work. We could just try to go and find the city layout of the sewer and try to find a block passage too as a reference and try the rat thing. But I feel like we could stumble upon it with the map.
That's true. I can't think of a better plan than that. So I say we give that a shot and see how far we can get.
Comes to Rosie Fail. Let's go!
I would say if it seems like the sewers are dauntingly complex, I don't know if it's going to be worth the time, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I guess we'll I don't even know where we start. Where would a map of the sewer be?
Public city hall or some
Town
shit.
hall.
Yeah, town hall.
Is there a Chaser Town Hall?
Presumably.
We'll look for it.
All right. How are you leaving the Oberon Theater?
That's a good question.
I feel like we should try to clean it up as much as possible. Maybe try to mend the doorway a little bit. John, can you pick up the door frame that was for plunking on me and hold it up for Burberry to mend?
How bad is this theater, DM? Let's just give it to us straight.
It's not good, guys. This place looks pretty fucked up. You guys wrapped up here. A T-Rex walked through the steps towards the theater stage. You know, squeezed through the double doors and tore them off their hinges, or the door frame itself off its setting in the wall. It's in bad shape. That's
So
not to mention the perforations in the lobby from all the ice shards that have now melted and sunk into the wood.
So what you're saying is literally all
A lot of damage in the theater.
Yes, if you want me to hold the door frame, I can do so.
I have a hunch that we're not hiding this damage.
Fair.
Well, I'll go to the main entrance. I'll sneak to the main entrance, and I will peer outside, see if anyone's approaching.
Stealth and perception, please.
Oh. Wait, I have advantage on stealth. Okay, that's better. That's a 21 stealth. Perception is a lot more, 24.
Okay. So, poking your head out the front door, taking a peek-see. It's pretty quiet.
I don't see
Doesn't seem to be much of anybody out front.
Is it too quiet? Suspiciously so?
It's a little unnerving.
Like someone's waiting to spring an attack.
Wait, can we hear anything? Like
You can hear me
Be.
mumbling to
Like,
myself.
are we in silence?
But you can also see down the street, down the block from where you guys kind of came, or well, one of you came up, really. There's some people kind of milling about down the markets in that direction. And further away from the theater, you can see some people kind of leaving a shop and making their way down the street.
Evil people?
Towards their next destination. It looks like shoppers, like people going about their
They're
daily
participating in
errands.
capitalism.
They're just as culpable.
Does that really make them evil?
That's a long discussion. All right. Let's
No ethical
We could also
consumption, right,
talk to
Noel?
the Eastern Alliance too and let them know where we found the cult here.
That's true. We could maybe get some help. Maybe the Eastern Alliance keeps maps. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have this facility like, hour away from this place.
Yeah, and they'll definitely help us. So.
Maybe that should be where we start. Because, I don't think we're cleaning this up in time, and I think we're just going to have to try a different entrance at this stage of things. Let's... Alright, we're debating whether to leave through the front door. Is there... Alright. Is there like a roof access anywhere if I try a few side doors, janitorial closets, whatever? So is somewhere behind the stage, perhaps?
I mean, off of the lobby, there is...
I mean, I would search the whole building at this point.
Yeah, there's sort of like a kitchen, like food prep area off the bar. Kind of like, employee-only area that, opens into the lobby. That opens into a hallway that kind of runs outside the theater, like parallel to it, and kind of wraps around to kind of the backstage area. That area has like storage closets, dressing rooms, sets, prep areas. Like there's definitely infrastructure kind of surrounding the main theater that y'all hadn't poked around in yet, and it's there, and it's just as run down as the rest of the building. Are you looking for something specific?
Roof access.
Roof access. I would say in the backstage area, there's probably... You can definitely see like some catwalks that kind of like hang from the ceiling over the stage, and there's like a ladder hanging from one end of them. That's, pretty decrepit looking.
Does it go up?
It does go up. Yes,
I'll
it goes
try
up to the
it.
catwalk. Okay. I'll say go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
That's not bad. 19.
Okay. Definitely does not feel stable, but climbing carefully, you are able to reach the top without losing balance, without breaking anything. You begin to walk along the catwalk, and you do find that there is sort of a kind of a suspended stairway that kind of zigzags up into kind of the rafters over the stage itself, and there does seem to be some walkways in the upper levels that are accessible here that lead to a couple of hatches that look like they open up onto either the roof or to an attic, accessible by ladders.
I will... Oh, by ladders that are built in place, or ladders you'd have to bring?
They're already there. They're in
Okay,
place.
then I will try one of them.
Okay. Yeah, opening it up, I think you would find yourself stepping into this steepled crawl space. Very dusty, very hot. Despite the temperature outside, it is stuffy in here. And at the far end of the room, on either side, there are these circular windows you can see that are letting in kind of sunlight, kind of filtering through these slats set in them.
I will go up to the windows, prestidigitation away any gunk and dust, and I will take a perception through those to see if I see anyone hanging on balconies or in nearby windows or anything watching the building.
Sure, yeah. Give me a perception check.
21. Again.
21. You're scrutinizing, and there's definitely some choice vantage points you can pick out yourself from this spot. You can see, that apartment building would have a good view. That window would be good. You're seeing spots that will look like good places to watch from the outside, and you kind of take a few minutes to watch those windows to see if you see anything there, and there's not any movement that you're seeing.
Okay.
No curtains swaying, no blinds flickering. It's still and quiet out there.
And there's another window to look through as well? Or just the one?
Similar situation on both ends of the building.
Gotcha. Alright, I'll climb my way back down to the party. Just saying, I don't see anything anywhere. I think we're gonna leave. Let's just go.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
Could
what?
have. Oh Lord. I hate it, but we could have Lauren stay up in the rafters listening for when people come back so she can hear what their plan is, or what they're assuming after seeing the destruction and stuff.
Would that be feasible? Are the rafters relatively
Lauren is very small. She also doesn't weigh a lot, and she can always turn into like a bird. And she does have pass without a trace.
True.
Which, if she's just a person hiding at first, she'd be able to cast it and then turn into something really small.
If it's feasible in here, it depends what the ceiling is like, I guess.
The ceiling in the theater itself is flat. The stage area is where you have kind of the walkways, kind of suspended over it that lead up to the crawl space area.
I was thinking that. I was like, the theater probably wouldn't have rafters, but...
So if you wanted to hang out over the stage to wait, that is doable.
Well, if I'm over the stage, I should be able to see everything.
Yeah, the stage would probably work.
Yeah.
If you want to, go for it.
I do have sending stones.
We are far away. If you need help.
I'll be okay this time.
Could Adlar perhaps join you?
I was about to voice just the, devil's advocate here. You nearly died.
Yeah.
And now,
that was like a once in a lifetime experience.
Should you really be staying here alone? That is not reassuring.
It is once in a lifetime if you die at the end of it.
I'll be fine. I think that was just a fluke. I panicked as the rat. I don't usually transform as a rat. I should have just been a spider. I blame it on the rat form.
I am just concerned that, I mean, like, if someone gets up here, they're going to immediately see that something went horribly wrong. They're going to immediately get someone of authority. And if anyone of decent power can come up here and find you, that's real bad.
I have a magic item that could help.
Magic.
Is it called Death Wish?
I could put on the Nature's Mantle to help me hide, too.
What does that do?
It allows me to hide even if I'm being directly observed.
Interesting.
So it would be harder for them to see me. Well, I just feel like it could be really good information to have, because I'll have my sending stone, and if I hear something and they're talking about, like, oh, this is them, I could potentially overhear what their plans are and, like, what exactly they're going to do to find us. And we could be one step ahead of them. Because then we could find out that they're going to send a ton of people out, and that would be the perfect time for us to go in the sewers and, like, get in there. While they're out there searching for us.
I mean, I trust that you are competent and able to do that. I just am worried, that's all. We can't help you if you're in trouble, that's all. It's not gonna be like this time, it's gonna be worse.
This is the first time anybody's ever seen me. I'll be fine. That was just a fluke. They were just lucky.
I fucking hate this plan so much. I just want to make that known. Oh, fuck.
I agree, it is not a good plan. Oh, it's absolutely terrible, but it'll end so interestingly. I will miss you, though. You were one of my favorites.
Be fine. She'll, like, grab, like, a tattered... She'll grab a tattered, like, fucking curtain and bring it up to the thing with her and just, like, look like she's taking a nap almost. She's just like this rumpled little curtain that's just got destroyed.
I pretend you're a sack of potatoes in the corner. Hope they don't fucking see you.
I pretend I am a piece of fabric.
I'll write potato on this fabric.
Well, no, I'm not going to be in the rafters. I'm going to be up above.
I'll wrap a potato on the gravestone.
My hope is they don't see me there instantly, and then I can hear it, and then meow away. Because if I'm myself, and they don't see me, then I'm still fine.
A counter? A small counter.
Your face is like, fuck off.
See, here's the problem. I'm conflicted. Because Peter thinks that information is very valuable. And Noelle just literally watched you come within an inch of immediate death.
A small counter.
Okay.
I could also just cast clairvoyance.
What's that do?
It lets me see or hear from a location point familiar to me. We took a short rest here. This is vaguely familiar.
How long does that last?
It lasts for about 10 minutes, and I just need to get the right 10 minutes. So instead of hanging in the rafters and hanging out to listen, if you would like to wait at the front to hear noise, then let me know when that is done. I can cast it afterwards. And that way you don't have to...
Insight check?
Lauren.
He's very confident.
Lauren, you do know that I very much like you, right?
Yes, I like you too.
Oh, thank you. And you know we're super fond of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to have to bring back a friend from the dead.
I'll be fine.
It's magic
guys.
enough bringing back a stranger.
If they find
It'll
a Lauren,
be
we're not gonna have a body to
fine.
resurrect.
Oh, he's right. She's right.
Nah, I think you guys are. I got this. I got this. I looked. I'm thinking of the spells I have. I'll be okay.
The DMPC is telling us this is a bad idea.
The DMPC has clear biases that I am trying to roleplay accurately. Okay.
I take his insight with a slightly higher measure normally.
Well,
If you
Lauren
said-
is gonna.
If Sandy was here, she'd be all for it. All right, that DMPC'd be like, "Yes, do it, bitch," but she's not.
No, see, for me, I'm like, Lauren's just like. I think Lauren's also frustrated because she feels like Lost Rogues had like the upper hand all the time. So this is a way to get that information.
Noelle,
Yes.
you're gonna get a message that says,
Could you do me a favor and cast, that thing that you do that makes it hard for people to do stuff, on the off chance this fails?
The thing that I do that makes this hard for people to do stuff.
Silvery Barbs. I'm talking about Silvery Barbs. I forgot the name of it.
I have to see someone do something.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Lauren.
Oh shit.
No. Don't do that.
Are we doing this?
Don't do that.
This is not going to go well, Burberry.
This is a sticky can of worms you're opening if we commit to this.
I mean,
Are we certain? Are we certain?
It's burst, so yes.
Hey, Lauren's not happy. I just want you to know that.
I know.
So what's my what?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
I know.
24.
Woof. Well, that's certainly.
He is a druid.
I have a +8 saving throw.
Oh, I know. Like, it's one of those things that like. It's.
Noelle, are you casting Silvery Barbs on that?
I don't think Noelle agrees with this plan.
That's okay. As I said, like it's
sorry,
burst. So
Burberry.
no, it's fine. It's as I said, it's burst, so it's half baked at best.
Okay.
Would I be able to tell that Burberry tried to cast a spell on me?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, Burberry, you just watch as Laura just kind of cocks her head at you like, excuse the fuck out of you.
She's just like, did you just try to cast a spell on me, Burberry?
Yes, because you're being horribly self-destructive in a way so that is going to get you killed, even in my opinion.
Not being self-destructive. I am
Yes, you
being
are.
logical.
Oh, Lauren.
I want this
Lauren.
information, and I'm gonna get this goddamn information.
I like to imagine that the cultists are just waiting in the tunnel and they're just like, oh man, this is juicy.
Popcorn! We don't need to beat these guys. They're gonna beat the crap out of each other. It's gonna be great.
They're wasting spell slots on each other. Just give it another 10 minutes.
This is perfect.
Lauren. Lauren. Sorry. As much as I understand, you really are. You're going down a rabbit hole that is very unhealthy for everyone involved, mostly you. And I
Here, will it make you feel better if I'm like right next to this window that I can just out of? Because that would be a fast escape. Because if I just jump out a window, turn into a flying form, and fly away.
I mean, if you stayed in the crawl space next to the windows, that would not be terribly hard to reach.
Yeah. Does that make you feel better?
That would make me feel better, but I as your friend, I'm very worried that you've been very lucky so far, but each hoop that you have been trying to jump through has been getting smaller and more on fire.
Well, it's a great thing that I can turn into small things.
They're proverbial hoops. Making yourself a smaller animal will not help.
It will. It always does.
That is not
Spider.
how analogies work, Lauren.
Spider,
Like the
perchance.
rat.
That is literally how you almost died a second ago. What are you talking about?
Fine, look at me. I'm not even poisoned. I look brand new. We're
He's
all
still
good.
like
Covered
pale.
in bandages.
Fucking sunken eyes. I'm fine, guys. I didn't nearly die a second ago. It's fine.
I hate to be so fucking wishy-washy, but really, I know you're competent and capable of getting out of a situation like this, but if anything goes wrong, that's it.
why I'm in the crawl space.
That's
I'm in the crawl space, guys. I'll be in the crawl space. I won't leave the crawl space, I promise.
Lauren, that's a lie, big fucking lie.
Roll insight. Roll insight.
I don't need to roll insight. You have a history.
You never know. I could be truthful. Okay.
Oh,
I rolled a nat 1 on insight.
I rolled an 8. So Burtberry, if you roll higher than an 8.
Okay, so just so you know, I have a +7 in insight.
Perfect. So you definitely know I'm lying. Great. Okay, how about this? I promise I won't leave the crawl space unless I really need to.
Lauren.
AKA jumping through window.
Lauren.
I promise. It's
like,
fine.
no. I'm just
Lauren
gonna
just
add,
starts crawling up the ladder.
I'm just gonna add this for like anybody who doesn't realize this is what's happening. This is Burr talking.
Yeah.
Burr is speaking it to you that way. That's a bad sign.
It's okay. I got this, guys.
I don't.
No one has faith in me. You guys don't have faith in me? That's hurtful.
I do have faith in you, but it just takes one mistake. And you are gone.
You're fine, y'all.
I'm not gonna force you to do anything. You wanna stay, you can stay.
Here, I promise. Hey, Adlar, you're good at hiding. Make sure you can't see me.
Lauren. I'll let this be, but
I hate this so much. Oh god.
I will go.
it's the worst. But I am going to say that if you decide to take the course of action that you're thinking about taking, again, since you just lied to my face,
Nah.
if you do the thing that you say that you aren't going to do, well, I hate to say this, Lauren, because I really like you, but we're going to be on really rocky terms.
Okay. As I said, I really won't try to do what I lied about not doing.
How confusing of a sentence. Noelle's gonna go up to Adlar, put a hand on his shoulder, and just say quietly, like, stay close, I guess. You hear anything?
It's a 17 on insight.
He's just kind of nodding, like, not saying anything.
Johnny, you fibbing at me?
No, I'm not.
I'll tell Adlar I'll check in once we get there.
Okay.
No, Aloran really just wants information. She is trying not to get nabbed. So.
I hope it goes well.
Thank you. I'm like scared to do it based on what happened at the beginning of the session, but I'm like,
Laura will begin climbing the ladder.
Yeah, but Aloran usually does so good, so I'm like, no, this will be okay. The next one will be okay.
Oh, we know there is a back door. I'll take the back door out.
But that's where the guy was.
Oh, right.
There's a guy posted up.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy.
Just go through the front door.
Yeah, I'll just leave.
You can disguise yourself as
Barnaby and Burberry are gonna leave through the front door.
Wait, is Adlar with
You
No.
could not get him to leave.
No. You need to go. She's gonna try to block the ladder.
Trying to shoot him.
Yeah, no.
He's sitting here like, we are not leaving you alone. That is.
You can just be over there. You can see me through that crawl space right there on that other building. I have a sending
I can't
stone.
shoot anybody from there, and you know it. If something happens in here and I'm over there, I'm useless.
I can get away very easily by myself.
Okay.
But you cannot.
God forbid the worst happens again. I want a sight line on whoever the fuck is shooting at you.
Oh god.
Okay?
What? Lauren might have to deal with consequences of her possible actions?
The whole reason I am here is because we are watching each other's backs.
And I would feel so much better if you weren't here right now.
Oh, Lauren, what you're feeling with Adlar is what we're feeling with you. Just to put it in perspective.
Thank you, Noel. She
Okay,
says
fine.
it so well.
Lauren is gonna like push Adlar to the crawl space. And then push him through the crawl space. Or try to.
Push him through the crawl space?
Yeah, to get out.
Yeah, he's not leaving. He's up on the walkways with you, like next to the ladder, right?
Okay. Lauren is still pushing him.
Pushing him
towards the crawl
where?
space. Towards, like, to the window, the easy exit.
So you're trying to get him to climb up the ladder into the crawl space?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh,
Where are you going to be?
up there, yeah.
Where are you going to be?
Oh, I'm gonna be up there with you. No, you just go first.
Then go.
No, you
Then go. Go ahead.
This is not gonna go well. They're gonna find us if we just you're arguing. Go up the fucking
Then you should
ladder.
climb the ladder.
You should climb the
And so while
fucking
they're
ladder.
arguing, the rest of the party leaves.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna hear something open and we're still sitting there arguing. It's like, oh, what was that? Go. And we're actually going up the ladder.
So, what does the rest of the party do?
We are going to the Eastern Alliance base on the outskirts of town to see if they have maps of the sewers and the city.
Okay. Probably about an hour. Well, actually, no. Probably like half an hour's walk from here because you guys are on that side of town. So you kind of leave the perimeter of the city and make your way kind of up the rocky bluff towards this base. As you approach, you know you probably recognize one of the soldiers on duty at the gate. He's like, "Lost Emerald, you're back. How's Chaser?"
It's been a day. We are just here to see if you guys have info about the city, maps and tunnels and stuff.
Tunnels?
Well, we heard there's an underground sewer system.
I mean, yeah, most cities they've probably got maps. Conan, and he'll kind of sound a small little at the gate, and you'll hear the interior kind of starts to open. You guys are able to step inside, and the guard will sort of follow you in and guide you guys towards sort of a central keep. And as you guys step inside, there's officials sort of manning their desks as they do in these situations. You'll see him kind of approach one of the clerks here and be like, the Lost Emeralds here are looking for maps of the city's sewer system. Is that something that we have here? And this young blonde elvish woman looks at him and says, like, Lost Emeralds, oh, hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
It's an honor. Please, yes, maps you need?
Hopefully you have something like that. If not, we'll have to take our search elsewhere.
Well, if not here, City Hall would be the place to go. But let's see what the archives have. And she will lead you down this sort of side passage and into a heavily locked room, which is filled with these narrow aisles of bookshelves, just long, dusty, cramped space filled with records. And you'll see her kind of selecting her aisle, counting her way down, and eventually finding a shelf and start pulling books, documents, and such. And eventually she'll emerge from this kind of crush of shelving and lead you guys out to a table where she'll be able to kind of spread some stuff out. She says, well, we have plans from the city's construction. Not to say that they're up to date, but they are supposedly what was supposed to be built down there. So she'll unfurl one of these large sewage network maps, and it is it's like looking at a street map, but on top of the city blocks you also have these large chambers, as well as sort of additional layers of ink, depicting kind of varying depths of tunnels and sort of drainways.
Right.
That kind of intersect each other across the city.
I would ask, could you point out where the Oberon is on here?
The Oberon?
It was like an old theater, apparently.
She'll unfurl another map of the city and start kind of browsing, kind of cross-referencing them.
If I could give her like a landmark, it's like, oh, it's near some store we passed by or something.
It's like, I remember the Oberon. It closed down about 10 years back.
Also, when are these sewer maps dated?
These are probably like 100 years old.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, they're old maps. She'd be able to locate the Oberon, and you would see there's a level of tunnels that passes under that block.
Okay.
And kind of spider webs out.
I think I would probably, I don't know, if there's any like chambers down there or anything that looks like a good spot to start building something, just something like that would be what I'd take note of.
I'll say give me an investigation check.
Oh my god. I'm gonna use my inspiration. Seems like a good thread that I don't want to fail on with that one. That's still not great. 13.
13. It's not an easy document to parse, I'll say. Trying to keep these things straight and gauge how the different levels of tunnels interconnect with one another is not a simple task for the layman who is unversed in urban planning.
Yes.
You can see variance in sort of like the size of tunnels and various kind of interchanges in the sewers, but getting a sense of specific chambers or promising looking locations to try and build an underground lair, not an easy thing to gauge on paper.
Okay. I think
and it's definitely difficult to say.
What I would do is probably just spend, technically what I would do right now would be cast Sending, but in the interest of getting through this scene, I would just say that Noelle's going to copy, try to just like orthographic view in her sketchbook of just sort of around, like the city block around the Oberon and see,
Okay.
Just to have like a reference point of tunnels to think about.
Okay. I would say with that 13, this is probably not the easiest drawing you've ever done. And getting to a functional, usable chart that you can step back from and say, okay, I think this is accurate, and it's clean enough that I can follow what I've done, and it only took me an hour and a half to trace these lines out, right?
Technically, I would be checking in with Lauren first. So
that's fair, yeah.
But
I would say
how that's gone.
I would say the drawing is going to take you some time with that 13.
Well, the drawing
so-
may not happen, is what I'm trying to say. Because if
Oh,
I
gotcha.
cast sending before it and she says, we're fucked, then we're gonna rush back there.
I will say this much, Lauren, if she started to hear movement, she would cast Pass Without a Trace.
Sure.
Basically, like instantly.
Okay. So yeah, we'll cut back then to Aloran and Adlar in the catwalks over the stage of the Oberon.
Noelle looks at the map and is like, this is gonna take a long time. I better cast sending first. And
Sure.
we cut over to Aloran.
Yeah. So after the party left, how did this standoff between the two of you resolve?
Lauren's pretty stubborn.
And Adlar made a promise to keep you fucking safe. So what's it gonna be? Are we gonna work together, or are you gonna keep trying to shove him out the window?
She's not gonna shove him out the window, but she's like, okay, I won't. I will literally follow you up there. Okay, will you please go up the ladder?
Okay, let's go then. Come on. And he'll help you up into the crawl space, and just kind of lay on his belly, just kind of peering through the trapdoor down into the theater below, just listening.
I'm just laying on top of him. Is that what you said?
No, he's on his belly, like in the crawl space, looking down into the theater.
Got it. You said you're laying on his belly, and that's
He's
what I was
laying
like.
on his belly.
Yeah.
Where
I
are
heard
you laying?
your.
Where are
That's
you?
why I was like, what?
No.
I am also probably doing something similar.
Okay. After you guys have been there for a few minutes, just watching and listening, he starts kind of kicking his legs. So this is fun.
Yeah. I can see that. You look so happy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not terrified at all for anyone here. We are going to be totally fine.
Okay. Oh, does Burberry still have my bag of holding?
Get back.
Oh, you gave it back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
No, as soon as they heard that you were planning on staying there with Adlar, they gave you back the bag.
Okay, good. Because my whole plan is to just scoop and run.
Ironically, that was also their plan. Anyway.
This is an acceptable plan. So, what are the odds this gets before the others get back?
I think we're gonna be okay.
Think so?
I have a spell for this that will make us like super sneaky. And my goal is to not get kidnapped. And I have
Is it
even
the
more
one that uses-
incentive.
It's like
Pass Without a Trace.
I know that one.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Does that stack?
No.
Damn it.
But no, you use a little bit of mistletoe, some spruce, you kind of rub them together, it's a little elvish, and then it's like nobody can see you, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's the game plan.
It occurs to me that if Aloran tries to do this again, we probably should give her that ring of spell story with the dimension door.
That reminds me, I was gonna probably I wasn't sold on the belt of hill strength,
Mm.
and I was still in debate of what I wanted for a magic item, and I was thinking switching to another spell story.
Well, you should figure that out at some point.
Yep, I know it's not gonna matter right now. I'm just
Yeah.
pretending. I just have my cloak of protection back on right now.
Yeah, you guys are sitting and watching the theater for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's quiet. Half an hour passes. No movement down below. Adlar kind of rolls over onto his back and crosses his legs. Do you guys do a lot of stakeouts like this? It's fucking boring.
I would offer to smoke weed, but I feel like that would surely give away our presence.
No, they don't know what weed smells like. They're cultists. The building is falling apart. It stinks. The sewer is coming up. But you're right. No, we shouldn't smoke.
Yeah, no, we probably shouldn't.
He'll reach into his bag and pull out a bottle. Shots though.
You know, after earlier, yeah, I'll take that.
Right? Okay, yeah. One for you, one for me. Yes. Clink. He'll put the bottle away.
Wait, where's that? What you doing with that?
I need to be able to stay. I need to shoot.
Okay, I'll have another one. Don't put that away.
Oh, so you get all the booze?
I adventured drunk all the time, Adlar. What are you talking about? I woke up and drank, and then I drank throughout the day. I was drunk for a lot of the shit that I've done.
You might have a problem. At this point, Noel chimes in with a sending spell, checking in.
Hey, are you guys awake? And alive, I mean? Sorry, my brain is elsewhere.
Yep, nothing has happened. It has been very uneventful. I have a sending stone. I promise I will let you know.
I guess I will use my sending stone to Lauren for the second one, just to save the spell slots and just say, okay, it's gonna take probably a couple hours to get these maps copied down, so stay safe.
We will.
Okay, then I will proceed to make my maps.
Do you see him in the corner here?
Oh,
yes.
Kitty, that's cute.
Hello, Papa.
Oh.
And yeah, Noel, you start copying maps, and Lauren and Adlar continue to keep watch. An hour passes. An hour and a half.
Okay.
2 hours. Not a lot of movement here this morning. Getting close to midday.
Use this fucking door? Jesus.
I
I bet they'll be here at night.
Been back by now at this point.
I mean, if you guys want to start heading back.
Yeah, I think I'd make my copies and we'd start heading back.
All right. Yeah. So, about 3 hours after the party left, they would be back in this part of town near the Oberon.
I think I would probably disguise as some random beggar and just tell the rest of the group to wait for a second while I just do a circle around the building to see if anyone's around.
Okay. I'll say give me a performance check.
Okay.
Since we're not really sneaking so much as just playing off.
It's a good roll, 26.
Okay. Just a random homeless guy wandering around.
Yeah.
Perception check. There we go.
Oh. Also important. Jeez, 21 again. I keep rolling 14 on that.
Okay. You would see the one individual on watch by the back door of the theater, very back door in that alleyway, still at his post.
How did he not hear that?
I'd say, circling the building again, you probably get a sense that this theater building is pretty long and like deep. You know, like the actual theater and stage are kind of like in the middle, and there's a decent chunk of infrastructure behind that area that, you know, all the backstage stuff and storage and everything that probably muffled some of that sound.
Okay.
But with a 21, you're not seeing much more activity on the street than you did this morning. Maybe a little bit more people out and about. Some people kind of going to lunch and making their way down the street.
I guess I'll cast message to Burberry and re-elect the party. And we'll find our way back inside.
Okay.
I guess if I can get within range of the building too, I'd probably message Lauren. Or no, that one requires like you can't go through walls, right?
Can't go through walls, but if there is a path of any kind, they could reach her.
I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll sneak up to the door. I'll stealth to the best of my ability to check around and look and see.
I'll say, give me a stealth check then if we're trying to be sneaky.
21.
21. Keeps happening.
This would be great if I was playing blackjack.
Yeah. Not seeing anybody paying much attention to you. You're pretty innocuous.
Okay.
So creep up to the door.
Yep.
Slip inside, or what are you doing?
Look around, see if anyone's standing, walking, talking. I assume no.
Not really, no.
I'll go in.
All right.
I'll
Step
again,
inside,
kind of
back into the
party.
Brashed lobby.
And then Lauren would probably hear Noelle stepping into the theater.
Yeah, you and Adlar would hear a door in the distance open.
Well, I did pass without a trace.
Makes sense. He would roll back over onto his belly, get his bow into his hand, get an arrow ready just in case. He's watching. And eventually you would see Noelle. Well, you would see Noelle. You would see a scruffy homeless guy kind of amble down the walkway in the theater towards the stage and look up towards the catwalk. Unless you turn back into yourself, in which case you would see Noelle.
I think this is funnier. So I'll be the scruffy homeless guy for the moment.
Okay.
But I mean, the scruffy homeless guy would very quickly be trailed by Barnaby, Berber,
the rest of the party. Yeah.
And John. So
that's fair. Yeah, I was like, oh right, I forgot she could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shall
I guess so.
He'll follow you down the walkway towards the rest of the party.
Okay.
Reconvene. Ground floor.
Did you guys hear anything?
Nope.
He's dead in the middle of the day.
I bet they're here at night.
I am astounded that guy out back did not hear any of this.
There's a guy out back.
He's just by the back door. I'm not sure he's awake.
Should we take him out or just leave him there?
He's not hurting anyone.
Not yet.
I mean, not right this second, but
No,
he's with the cult.
I mean, it'd probably be one more down, I guess.
But he's in the middle of the street during the middle of the day, so people would probably see us do that.
Well, he's at the end of an alley, or he's like halfway down an alley at the back door of the building. So he would be pretty tucked away.
Oh wait, you could just turn into one of the people and be like, hey, we're about to switch shifts or something. And lure him into the building and we just mob him. He's one of the 3 people that we killed earlier today.
That's true.
Then we don't have to do it outside in the open.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah. I guess you guys, yeah, let's try it.
Oh, we're killing this guy. Oh shit, okay. Fuck.
All of us hide. I still pass without a trace on. So we got a +10 to stealth.
Yeah.
So we should be able to jump him and kill him in like one fucking round.
Probably. Okay. I will, I guess I'll go kind of retreat into a side area and turn into, I guess, I'll say the orc guy.
There.
I think I'll just wait inside the theater. I'll just go sit in a chair somewhere.
Bucket of popcorn.
Or we're just gonna take a seat.
Yeah, they don't
You
need
should
me.
at
It's
least
one guy.
hide, just in case.
Fair.
Fine, I'll sit on the floor in the chairs.
Oh, geez.
While we're doing this is when Burberry gets captured.
You know
Plot
what?
twist.
That would be fitting somehow. I don't know.
Nah. All right, so you turn into the half orc from earlier and make your way through the back rooms towards the rear exit of the theater.
Yeah.
What's the play?
Yeah, I'll open the door. Kind of glance over at him, and I guess I'll just say like it sounds like there's some suspicious activity going on. I think they wanted people to report downstairs. I could take the watch while you're down there.
Okay. As you kind of step outside and step before this guy, he is a half-elven guy, kind of unkempt, messy, dark hair, narrow ears, and very like deep set, narrow, dark eyes. He kind of looks at you a little quizzically. I'll say, give me a deception check here.
Really good roll. 32.
He kind of sits up. He's like, "Really? They want me?"
It's kind of an all hands on deck thing. I already got talked to though, so.
Oh shit. Okay. Maybe I get to fucking do something besides door duty for once.
Yeah, not exactly excited. I'm gonna sit on his seat.
Yeah, he'll stand up and kind of head through the door, kind of look at you like, "Hey, 10 gold says I catch whoever it is before you guys do." Yeah.
You're on.
I hope he notices me so he can get 10 gold before he dies.
Hell yeah. You're definitely getting some fucking stooge vibes off of him. He heads inside and you obviously lose sight of him as you're sitting in that chair and waiting. The rest of the party, meanwhile, I assume is hiding somewhere.
Yes.
Where are you hiding? Where is this ambush happening?
Not too far away the entrance, I feel like. Just in case he takes a different route than we'd expect.
Sure. So you guys kind of followed Noel and then just kind of posted up close to the door?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say go ahead and give me some stealth checks then.
Remember, you get a plus 10.
Good job for Adlar.
God. $15.
15 total?
18.
Damn, y'all.
How is that possible?
I rolled a 3 plus a 2.
I rolled a 3 plus 5.
It's because I'm not doing anything. 31.
You forget he's even there. Adlar got a 28, so
He blends in with the chairs.
I hope this guy's passive is not higher than 18.
Well, Lucky for you, it's not. And unsuspecting of any skullduggery, given your 32 deception. John got a 29, yeah. He walks into the midst of your party, kind of passing through this room you guys set up in, like a dressing room, I guess. You guys are all kind of like hanging out in the corners on either side of the door, waiting for him to enter, and he just walks past you like oblivious. So, by all means, roll with advantage.
For
however you're planning to hit this man.
Ooh. Do I want to kill him?
Let me count the ways.
I will cast Blight.
Blight. Oh.
It's going to melt.
Oh, Adlar just crit.
He is going to be melted.
And this guy, I'll give him disadvantage because he is not even remotely aware. What is Blight? Con check? Con save?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 9. So that's a failure.
Okay. The dice are rolling. Oh, shit! That is beautiful. It was a 31.
31 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adlar's doing 35. And John's in the bathroom, I think. I don't think this man is surviving this round. He's getting his ass fucking beat. Ugh.
We just assume he died.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say. It's 31, 35, that's 66, and he would have 14 hit points left.
Oh.
Which
yeah,
I'm pretty
John
sure
would.
John is just gonna fucking demolish.
Or Barnaby.
Or Barnaby, yeah.
Either one.
Yeah, y'all are clocking his ass. So within seconds, this man is fucking withered, skewered, stabbed, blasted. It's just a hail of merciless fucking blows, and within seconds, he is fucking just dead, bleeding out on the floor.
Oh, can I loot all the bodies of the people we've killed?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, you want to know what you got?
Yeah.
They would have a handful of gold on them each. Let me see what that would look like. The 3 from earlier, you'd have 3 short swords, 2 light crossbows, a component pouch, studded leather armor, and more vials of that dark poison.
So, how many vials of the poison? That's all I'm taking. And the gold, if there's any gold.
6. 6 vials.
Great.
Let's see.
I'll give those to Adlar.
Okay. Adlar will get 6 vials of wyvern poison.
So he can coat his arrows.
The gold is going to come out to These guys are how much? Holy bejesus, load. They have a decent amount of gold on them, actually. This is going to be between the 4 bodies. Like 350 gold.
Damn.
Dope.
So, once I hear the fucking cry of death outside, I will, get up.
70 each.
Probably a very muffled gunshot from somewhere inside.
Oh, wait. I forgot we have to divide it with Adlar. 58 gold each.
Sweet. I will, take a stroll. I'm gonna look for whatever the nearest entrance to the sewers would have been labeled on the map to this building.
I mean, there's manholes
Yeah.
in the streets. Those are not hard to find.
Okay. I will take a look. Is anyone around watching?
Perception check.
Okay. 26.
Okay. You would see, kind of stepping out of a bakery with a brown paper bag, this older man in a wide-brimmed hat, straw hat, and a kind of a colorful, cloak, stepping out and beginning to make his way down the street.
Okay. He's coming towards me.
Cool. Yeah. As he walks by, he'll just kind of give you a little, keep going on his way.
Alright, well, I guess I'll wait till he fucks off. And then...
A couple minutes later, he rounds a corner and he's out of sight.
Alright. Let's lift this manhole cover. See what's down there.
Alright. Give me a strength check.
Oh, me. Very strong. I look strong. I rolled a 19.
Hey, Noel. There you go. Using your legs. You loop your fingers in and just pull.
No one will ever play this.
You feel like you're gonna blister, but you managed to haul this manhole cover off of its housing, and there it is, a round tunnel with a metal ladder embedded in the wall, leading deep underground.
Okay. Noelle will be very excited that she was able to lift that manhole cover, and then
my fingies.
My fingers hurt, but I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna go back to the group. I'll just leave it open for now because I feel like we're gonna head down there soon. So.
Okay.
I will go back to the back door. I will re-enter and say, okay, we've got maps of the sewers. And I found a way down. Let's try and see what we can find.
Nope.
Alright. Heading back to the open manhole cover. One by one, you guys are able to begin filing down the tunnel. Last one in, pulling the manhole cover back into place. And you descend into the depths of the Chaser sewers. So I think that's a good spot, given that it is exactly midnight 01, to call it a session.
The session
and
ended
pick up here next time.
exactly where Noelle hoped it wouldn't. That's in the sewers.
Sewers. So, can I get an MVP vote for the session?
I would say Noelle.
Noelle?
Yeah.
What'd
she do?
A lot.
I lifted the manhole cover.
It was mostly the manhole cover.
She opened the sewers, okay? Those things are heavy.
I will give it to Burberry just because I really liked that guiding bolt does not require you see the person, and I did not know that. That's a good thing to know.
I'll give it to a Lauren as an apology to Johnny.
See, look, nothing bad happened.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Literally nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the fear was it could have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I am astounded nobody heard us.
Same.
That does not seem like it should have happened, but...
I think if there had been more fighting or a gunshot in the theater itself, then potentially.
There was literally like a T-Rex. Like, that would show up on a fucking earthquake scale. This thing stomping around.
I'm shocked the T-Rex wasn't enough to do it.
Well, you didn't really do much once you were in the actual theater itself. Like,
oh, fair.
You were,
I was just kind of walking around.
If there had been people out front of the lobby, you know, that would have drawn attention. But you got all of your loud shit done before you actually got to the middle of the building. So,
True.
I was like, okay. All it takes is one aggressive, loud attack from somebody.
One very aggressive T-Rex.
An aggressive T-Rex or a gunshot was all I was waiting for. Or more property damage.
Honestly, we probably could have fucking cleaned up the theater in that time. Like a whole afternoon.
It sounds like we kind of have a tie right now. It's Burberry, Noella, Lauren.
You have a circle of votes.
Yeah. Do we have a tiebreaker vote?
I'll break it with a Lauren.
Oh shit! All right.
But why? I almost died. And then
yeah, you almost died. You needed.
Fair.
So that's one reason to vote that way.
That's fair.
Okay. Then, yeah, take your 2 RP points, Lauren. Everybody else gets your 1. Good game.